Welcome to our reality, everyone. I don't know why you're here, but I'm glad you are because tonight we're going to be talking about some Big Brother 27. We've got episode 1. We've got episode 2 to go over. We've got a cast to go over. We've got twists. We've got turns. We've got a secret accomplice. We've got another Showergate, the first Showergate that I've heard about in about 6 years. Maybe since we've talked about the shower last, but we've got everything to go over here. We're going to catch up on the drama. And of course, we are mere hours away from the live feeds starting tonight, where we'll be glued for the next, 80 something days, 70 something days at this point. I don't know. We've got the count officially somewhere, but I'm ready to get into it. We had a 3.5 hour stream that ended up not existing at all because of technical issues where we went over the cast and we went over the season. And so we get to redeem ourselves. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything works. But we get to talk about everything Big Brother 27 with everyone here with us live, because we are live here on YouTube. If you want to hop in the chat, I see everyone hopping in right now. Hello, Jameson, Brett, Colton, Shy Boy, BB Bean was first. Yeah, I don't have much more to plug right now. I really just want to get this discussion started. So my name is Barrett. If you're joining us for the very first time, I am joined by my esteemed Big Brother colleagues, the Nick City and the Zach Perez, here to dish it all out. So we have so much to go over, guys. But first, I'm going to come to Nick. I just want to generally ask, we're 2 episodes into this season so far, between the premiere, between the episode that we just got finished watching. How are you feeling about this season? Very summarized right now. We'll dig into everything, but how are you feeling about the season, this cast, the twists? Just what are the vibes right now for you, Nick?
Very good vibes in this house. I love the theme. I love the aesthetic. I love the twist. I love Rachel Riley. I love the cast. I think the cast is absolutely giving, and I'm very excited for live feeds because I wish that we had everything that happened already on the feeds, of course, but it gives me hope for when the feeds come on that we're going to get some drama this season. So I'm very excited.
I agree. I kind of what I mentioned before. Like, there's 2 seasons in a row we've had casts that are really good at hating each other about 5 days in. So, well, hopefully that'll continue past Showergate, which I can't wait to talk about. But Zach, I'll come to you now. Very similar question. How are you feeling about? Actually, it's the same exact question. How are you feeling about the season, the cast, the vibes, everything?
I like the cast so far. The season, the twists are not bad. Like they're okay. I know there'll probably be some complaining from people, from fans. You know, what's a Big Brother season without complaints from someone? But there's a lot of potential right now. But I will not get my hopes up until those feeds turn on because of Showergate. Do we really know what happened? Do we?
No,
We don't.
The answer is no, we don't. And I think that does echo what some people are saying in chat right now. I know Jameson was talking about it, but I see H2 Olympian also is bringing up the feeds not being on yet. We're not able to get the context for some of these things. We don't know if that edit for even Crazy Eyes last year would have looked the exact same if we didn't see it on the feeds beforehand. We don't know how this stuff plays
Yeah.
out whenever the feeds aren't on officially, and that's the problem with Big Brother sometimes. And so when we have an issue like this, especially when some people are like, she was on there for 2 hours, she was on there for like 50 hours by the time we ended the episode, it's like we don't know how long Ashley was in
slept
the
in
shower.
there.
Okay, yeah, but what we do know is that someone really found an opportunity to paint a target on someone's back, and
Someone?
that yes.
We know who.
Do we? You just brought up that we don't know how it all played out, so we
The
definitely.
boring girl.
Oh my god.
She wasn't very boring today.
I guess we're gonna talk. Are we gonna talk about Showergate first?
No. The first thing we need to talk about is where y'all were and why we didn't go live Thursday during premiere night.
Oh, that's the first thing you want to talk about?
Really?
I mean, we're gonna go ahead and get it out of the way.
Yeah, we'll
Jameson
talk
did
about
ask.
We will talk about it at the end of Nick's time because Nick has to work early in the morning, so he'll probably be, by our typical timing of everything, we'll be departing before the podcast is over, unless we have the most lightning speed podcast of all time. Me and Nick were at the Big Brother 27 premiere party thrown by one Azza in New York City. So we'll talk about that a little bit before Nick leaves. It was a fun party. Everyone's super nice, and it was really fun to meet some people. So. Yeah, but we're gonna go back to the premiere episode first because let's give a vague recap of where we're at, and then we can dive into everything. So premiere, we have 16 house guests enter the house. We have 15 house guests enter the house. Thank you. And then we have a secret accomplice also enter the house. Which we know now is one Amy, who finds herself on the block, much like Annie the Saboteur did in week 1 of her season. So
Annie, oh my gosh,
I know,
A-E.
I know, and we have 2 competitions take place once we figure out that they are not just in the Big Brother house, but they are in the Hotel Mystère. Julie has gone missing. We have a competition to determine or to try to find Julie locked away in one of 8 rooms, and then we also have a competition between the other 8 to find the correct relic that disappeared when the secret accomplice turned off the lights, yada yada yada. The winners of those competitions were Zach, who found Julie, and then we had Jimmy found the relic, had to choose 3 people to play the HOH competition. Vince ends up winning after being chosen by Jimmy as one of the 3. And then Rachel Riley enters the house as not the 17th house guest, the 16th house guest. Let's make that very clear.
Floaters grab a life vest. Reality TV royalty has arrived.
I don't even got to play the clip anymore. And so we have Rachel enter the house. The game's laid out. AI Arena Blockbuster is back. 3 nominees. Vince is the HOH. And then we saw in today's episode, we saw a vote for the secret accomplice. We'll talk about that. And then at the end of the episode, we saw Vince nominate Amy, Zay, and Ashley for eviction. So that's where we're at going into this discussion. Obviously, first, should we just talk about the leading headline from the premiere episode, which was the return of Rachel Riley? Now that we are, we're a few days past premiere. I'm sure people are okay if we skip like the house guest intros and talk about all of that for now. We can talk about Rachel Riley first because she is back in this game after 14 years of being absent. Obviously, she's played other shows since then, very much in the reality TV verse still. But I just want to know, what are y'all's feelings about Rachel Riley being the first sole returning house guest in Big Brother since one Paul Abrahamian in BB19?
Oh, are you yawning?
No,
Zach's not
sorry.
impressed. Yeah.
No, I
Wow.
am very impressed. I love Rachel. She now, okay, the clues were cluing. The Julie was Julieing. She finally understood what actual clues are, and she the clue, one of the clues was this house. I'm very surprised that we could even get this house guest. I didn't even know we could. They're such a polarizing person, good and bad. And I mean, I'm ready for her. People can hate on her all they want, but you can't deny the fact that she literally has the most iconic lines ever quoted by so many people. Even if she used the word floater in a wrong context, it's still iconic. Her dresses, the red hair. I mean, if there was a person that I would have wanted on the show for entertainment value's sake alone, it would have been Rachel. And people are saying, oh, why just Rachel? She already won. Fuck you, Jimmy. That's what I say. Secondly,
We did say that, yeah.
Secondly, who are you? Jimmy Neutron, fly away. Go back to DC. We don't care. But I'm just excited because people talk about how she's won already and all this stuff. She wouldn't have won without Pandora's box. First off, she still would have won even if Pandora's box was not there. You can quote me on that. and I will double down on it. But overall, I am so excited to see her back. Why are you making that face?
I don't know about that last part, but that is Queen. I love Rachel. It's very like weirdly nostalgic for me to see her on like my TV again, like in the Big Brother house, like I should say again, because she's been on other shows.
Right.
But like season 12 was my second season I watched live, so like have like seeing her on the feeds and like watching her and Brendan like kiss for the first time and all this crazy crap, and now like here
Yeah.
we are all these years later and she's like a mom, and it's very trippy, I guess, but I'm really here for it. I really like Rachel. She's one of my favorites. I feel like she knows what the fans want, so I'm hoping that she's gonna go in and at least give us good TV, or whether that's gameplay or
Right.
personality wise. I think we're in for a good season if Rachel Riley is in the damn Big Brother house. So very here for Rachel being back. I know it's weird with the one returnee thing. I was never a fan of it, like when they did it with Paul, but I think it's a little different with Rachel because it's all these years later and she's a winner, whereas Paul was looked at as like a loser. No offense, but he like literally like lost, and like it's different in my opinion, whereas Rachel is a winner. I don't see them like bowing down to Rachel and like handing her the final two, because you already got people like Jimmy who are like
Right.
she's got to go, and like obviously that's just going to keep being the narrative as the season goes on. So I don't know. I don't think she's going to last very long. I'm glad they gave her safety the first week, because I was like, girl, she's going to go right up on that block, but I want her to last long, but I don't know.
Yeah, you have to. That's another thing that I was going to bring up right after that, is that now we have confirmed, as we would know, right off the bat with the returning player, because that's just how it works in Big Brother. You have to keep them safe. They've paid them all this money. They got to keep them on the show. Sorry, the viewers go past your feelings of fairness in the show sometimes, and that has been very proven over the years. And also with Rachel, I should say, it has been proven specifically with her on her former season, her winner season, I should say. If you know, you know. But at the same time,
Hey,
wait. Can I finish my point? I didn't interrupt you when you brought up why you were excited for Rachel.
Go ahead.
I would say that Rachel coming back obviously excites me as someone who grew up watching this show. I really do wonder how people feel that haven't grown up with the show or don't really know Rachel, if this is like just kind of weird for them to see a lone player return, if they're kind of a new era fan where we haven't had this yet, post All-Stars. And so I do worry, of course, that people are going to bow down to Rachel. It did feel refreshing that Jimmy was a person who immediately was like, I'm going to send you back to Alabama upon Rachel entering the house. And is immediately like disappointed that she gets the week of safety. It just depends on how people feel about Jimmy going forward. It's like, is Jimmy going to be one of the only people that is this strong, communicator that Rachel should be out of the house? Because you already have people like Morgan, who we saw tonight, and I was like, I kind of like Rachel. And then of course, Amy's going in there like, yes, Rachel is my person, which I will say right now, an Amy Rachel relationship would really, that was probably my favorite part of tonight's episode.
Yeah,
was
I
Rachel
like
and
that.
Amy's conversation, and I loved Rachel seeing Rachel 14 years later be like, I know what a showmance feels like in this house. You lose focus. Everyone's just horny and they're on TV and they're gonna get distracted, and it's like, I don't know, I really appreciated that coming from Rachel, because I was like, damn, that is what I observed of you 14 years ago. And of course she was better when she wasn't in a showmance, and so she totally gets it.
What are you talking about? You love showmances.
I do love showmances, but I also love weaponizing showmances like that. So I love that idea from Rachel, and of course it even kind of edited well with Amy being like, I want to be matchmaker. So if that duo doesn't get at least like a couple of weeks, I'll be kind of disappointed. But of course I'm cautiously optimistic, as we always are on these seasons when a returning player is in. And in fact, this is a really difficult situation, because this is a player I haven't enjoyed all the time in the past, but is also very entertaining, but is also like so famous in the universe of Big Brother that like it worries me seeing her play this game and how much it's gonna I just don't want it to mess up the cast chemistry, and that's the only thing that I get worried about. But as of these 2 episodes, I don't really have a reason to be worried about that right now. We'll see when the feeds come on. Any rebuttals from you two?
I just think about it. Pandora's box. Say that Pandora's box was not played. Rachel won the veto.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Right. The
So
veto
Rachel
that
would have
was
been taken off the
exact
black.
same competition as the first
Anyway.
HOH that she won.
So it would have been some type of endurance comp is what we're going to think. Okay. It would have
Name
been some
another
type-
time they ever did an endurance veto.
Are we?
I
I just want to make sure.
Slip and slide? Didn't they do a slip and slide? Yeah,
No.
Michael won a slip and slide veto.
I want to know how much you want to talk about this when we got
I'm just
the other
I'm just
parts.
gonna I'm just gonna say this right now, and then we can talk about it. And we can talk about everything. Okay, it would have been some type of endurance veto, and then Rachel would have been safe. Jordan would have gone. Next round, Rachel wins HOH, so she wouldn't have gone home. So then she would have gotten past that round,
Okay.
and then Final Four. What did she do? She did something. She did something. Anyway,
You're a really bad lawyer.
Yeah. if you're gonna take the time from this podcast to defend
Okay,
Rachel
anyway,
winning
okay,
from
let-
a while ago, I don't think
okay.
she's a bad winner, Zach. If you want me to say that, I really
Yeah,
don't.
you're preaching to the choir here. I
Yeah.
love Rachel to death. I just
That doesn't
on
seem
my
like-
high horse.
Yeah, I feel
love her, but her win's controversial.
well, you can say the same thing for Evil
'Cause
Dick.
it is.
So
It is.
Well, because Evil Dick, everyone knows Evil Dick he literally had a transplant in the house.
okay, can I go
Anyway,
to
yeah,
the next thing?
let's go to this season. Yeah.
Okay, so we have Rachel in this game. We have 17 people in this game now after the failed Secret Accomplice vote. So I kind of want to dig into this Secret Accomplice segments or arc, if you will. So we got really fun footage of of Amy going around doing all the little things in the house, which seemed pretty easy for her. Like no, it had no obstacles at any point, which was great for her. And so going back to the premiere episode, of course, we had the lights go off. We have the masked figure that has taken over all profile pictures on social media. Apparently, the eyebrows as who called Mickey calling them eyebrows is the mastermind that is behind all of these things in the Big Brother house that the Secret Accomplice is working for. So we have the relic go missing, of course. We have the competitions, as I mentioned. And then tonight's episode, after finding out that the house guests have to vote on who they think the secret accomplice is, and if they do, they'll be immediately evicted. If they don't, they'll stay in the game. Me and Nick had theorized, and Nick kind of came up with this, that, we saw potentially like Rachel entering the house. They vote on the secret accomplice, they don't get it right, and then maybe Rachel gets murdered, and then it's like, oh, a murder mystery now. That seemed like it could have been an option, and then now it turns out Rachel's actually playing, and this is like crazy. But yeah, we had the vote. We had Riley and Zay as the two kind of people we wanted to pigeonhole as to maybe they're the secret accomplice, because Riley had to pee and Zay had a red face, was how it was edited. I don't know if they left anything out about these arguments, but those are the only two people that seem to be brought up. Of course, we had like a super quick montage of who was all accusing it.
Suspects.
Yeah, who was all
Will
accusing
was.
each other.
Oh, I
Mickey
loved
accused
this
Ava.
segment.
We had Morgan accuse Keanu. Someone accused Will. Riley accused Zay, and then of course Zay accused Riley. And that's what I loved. It was like they had the two people accusing each other with like 8 people in the room. So it's like they're both going after each other, which I was like, they had to have learned that they were both talking at each other before that happened. And we just didn't get that. But what did y'all feel about this secret accomplice twist? And I guess how it was, because we're not really going to get that again. It's not going to be brought back. It doesn't seem like that.
I feel like she's gonna get like she may get some type of like secret missions or something like that. Like,
I don't think so.
oh.
I think we're
I don't
done.
think so
We're just
either.
done with it.
Then why would you keep it a secret then? Like,
Because
I guess it'd make a target, but I don't know why. If we're not gonna do anything with it,
sometimes they just do stuff, Zach. I don't know. Sometimes they do stuff, and then we don't talk about it again until the end of the season when we're quickly like, who was
Y'all
that?
remember,
You think?
yeah, you remember the secret accomplice? That thing that we did that one night.
Yeah, and then we get the nice montage of like the detective music with Amy running around and doing all the things that let
Yeah.
Rachel come. If Amy wasn't in
Was-
there, Rachel could not have come into the game.
Yeah, it was.
Exactly.
Nick, was it you that sent that tweet that showed something in Amy's pocket?
Yes. BB Twitter clocked it.
Yeah.
There was, I don't remember who it was on Twitter, but they
Let me
sent
see.
a picture, or they posted a picture of Amy standing there, and there's like this tiny little bulge in her pocket, and the
Not
caption
that
was
kind
like,
of bulge.
please. The caption was like, "What's in your pocket, Amy?" And then there was another clip of her like when the lights go out, and you can like see her like reach in her pocket to like, kind of like pull something
Oh,
out.
okay. So cool. People
Yeah.
did actually see
So
that. All right.
Twitter kind of clocked it before it was shown in the episode.
That's good. I was worried they tried to edit around it to where it was like you could not in any way figure out that it was Amy like
Yeah.
during the lights going off. So,
This is CBS. This isn't Marvel. They're not going to edit out like
Yeah.
the Hulk.
do you think? I bet that you think that was like a long conversation to be like, should we have them go up to the relic or should we have them just press a button on a remote? I mean, clearly
Yeah.
they wanted 17 house guests. Like, I don't think they didn't want to ruin someone's game.
Well, she was over
especially
here
if,
like,
yeah. Yeah, did they tell her how like the lights were gonna be out for? What if it was like a quick flash and they look
yeah,
up and
then
Amy
she-
she got just a remote in her head. That would have been wild.
I want
but
to know like what the casting like how did they cast that? Like were they like, "Hey, we want you on the show but not really, and like we're going to throw you in there and you got to do these things, and if you don't do them,
Well, from
Yeah.
we'll figure you out, you're out." Like I want to know
Well,
how that like went down. Like what was the
from what-
conversation?
Well, from what she said was she was like, I was casted as a regular cast member, and then they asked me to do this.
When did
What if
she
you said
say
no,
that?
though? Yeah.
Well,
She said it quickly, I thought.
I don't
did she, like,
actually
in the
remember her saying
episode?
that.
I don't
but
remember.
Yeah, I thought
yeah.
so.
I do miss these kinds of things all the time. If she said that, cool. But also, I guess you can't really say no at that point. If you have someone to be like, "Would you like to be on
Right.
TV?"
I remember
All right.
'cause
Well, I need you to do this.
Right.
So
I remember Annie had said in like some postseason stuff that like if she said no, she was not going to be on the show for this.
They did the same thing to Eric Stein too.
Yes, I remember reading that as well.
Mm.
So I wonder if it was the same thing with Amy.
I'm sure it was then.
mean,
They
yeah,
wanted
because-
one mom on the show, her or Rachel. They weren't expecting them both to make it on.
And like whenever you think about it too, I mean, they could only ask her because if they asked it, well, yeah, because if they asked another person, then she would have to be like kicked off because they're like, the twist.
hmm
But then if she left, oh no, they have an NDA. Never mind.
Right. I also think it was interesting that like Vince was still interested in the secret accomplice, but like it's also one of those things. It's like when you're week one HOH, you're grasping at straws for everything. So when you have
Yeah.
3
I
nominees to
think
fill,
so too.
which we already talked a little bit before, our thoughts on Vince, and it was a little bit different. So that's gonna be I'm ready to discuss that. Let me look at the chat real quick. The suspect music was crazy. Yeah, I liked that segment. Oh my god, it just reminds me, there's so many things we could talk about from these 2 episodes that we have even yet to touch. It could be anything from the missile hitting the mastermind's lair to Julie literally being in one of those rooms with one shoe and Zach like doing like just posing for the camera for like 10 seconds when
Yeah.
she popped out of the room. Like there's and we could also talk about anything and everything. Is there anything y'all want to talk about
Oh,
immediately that's on your mind that we can just get out of the way? That was a big point.
Is this the first time that a house guest has touched Julie and they have not either won the game or been eliminated?
That is honestly a good question.
Because like
When did that happen?
whenever Zach literally hugged her.
Oh, I see. I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was right after the right after Zach solved, or pretty much the first competition
I
that
do
they did.
remember that.
Zach found the right
Yes,
room.
okay.
Julie comes out. He hugged her at first, and then posed for the camera for like 10 seconds as Julie
Yes,
tossed a
I-
break
I-
from the from the deck.
Where's
of
where's
the
my
doors.
shoe?
Oh yeah, where's my shoe? Yeah, I was wondering if she was gonna have one shoe or not, and that was funny. But yeah, I could probably find that part with Zach at least. But yeah, that's one thing we could talk about. Zach also has a power now as the winner of one of those competitions. Zach not only originally just won $10,000. Here's Zach posing a little bit more as Julie talks.
I can't.
But Zach wins $10,000 initially as this prize for finding Julie, which is great. We saw in tonight's episode that he actually has the opportunity to use that $10,000 to buy himself off the block. And at any point up until jury, if he finds himself on the block before the veto ceremony is over, he can pay that money to the HOH, and he will be taken off the block, and they have to be replaced, or he has to be replaced with somebody else. So let's talk about that. I think I picked Zach to go home first this week, just based off of like Matt vibes from last year. So far, I like Zach a little bit more than Matt. We'll see how the feeds look. But just a little bit more. But Zach has this power now after winning this competition. I really like how they're masking it. I think it could easily just be you have these $10,000 and nobody's going to think about that. Whereas if he had won this competition and Julie was like, congrats, yay. Or even worse, if they're like, now Zach has a secret power, but he can't tell any of you about it. So now nobody can really expect it because of this, or nobody's going to. I can't imagine anybody's going to be sitting there theorizing. What if Zach's $10,000 actually means something else, even though Julie said that to him specifically? So there's no
Izzy
way
was
they're
in
going to think
there.
about that.
If Izzy was in there, she definitely
Girl.
would.
If Izzy would have, yeah, Izzy would know
would've
exact.
caught that. You're
Those
right,
$10,000
you're
would be
right.
in Izzy's pockets right now,
But
Right.
next to Amy's remote.
Big Brother producers taking notes from Big Brother 10, and also I think Rachel did it in Big Brother 12, of the veto bribe or whatever.
The
You
veto.
remember
Remind me
in-
about the veto bribe.
In Big Brother 10, oh my gosh, Ollie's girl, April. April was given $10,000, which was in the form of like chips or whatever, or bars that she
Okay.
can use to bribe other house guests. It wasn't anything specific. You could just be like, I'll give you $5,000 if you let me win the veto or something like that. And
I vaguely remember this. I haven't watched this in forever. Now I need to rewatch it.
And
I didn't
then
remember this.
Rachel, I think it was Rachel, she was like, I have $10,000 to offer or something like that to Brittany to not put her up. And I mean, Brittany did. Or for Brittany to use the veto.
Yeah.
Finally, we're actually using some good twists. It's actually something interesting, like putting in currency, not like everyone getting $10,000 and you barter it like that. But I mean, it's something interesting. It's something that Vanessa tried to do too, with outside money, mind you, but still.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also a good point to bring up. Yeah, it's not quite
that's my
that
girl.
to that level. Let me play a little bit of this twist.
Anytime prior to jury, if you're on the block at the end of the veto meeting and you feel your game is in jeopardy, you can use this $10,000 to buy your safety. You can take yourself off the block by giving the head of household the $10,000 and forcing them to name a new nominee.
As a way to force someone to nominate, not a bad idea, to be honest. So, but
I like it.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all because,
Yeah.
like, I mean, part of me wanted to be mad because, like, oh, it's Zach. Like, yeah, of course, Zach,
Right.
the physical threat, you know. Well, not that we've seen that yet, I guess. He did win a competition, though. Also, it was a puzzle competition. So he may love puzzles as much as Tucker did. We don't know. So if we, it may be annoying if we get to a point where Zach is like winning everything, and then he also just has safety that he could buy out at any time. Maybe it'll be OP. But right now, I don't mind it. You know, this is last year. People were rewarded for winning those opening competitions. This should not be a new thing for us. And last season worked out pretty well, I would say, especially when it came to drama at the veto ceremonies. So if Zach uses this to create more drama at a veto ceremony for me this year, I'll be happy.
I agree. I think it will be drama. I mean, come on. Like, no one's gonna expect it unless he tells people, which is like really boring if he does. So I hope he doesn't. But I think it's a really, like you guys said, it's very masked. And I honestly didn't really think about that until you guys were talking about it. But you're right. Like, they've done cash prizes so much in Big Brother that, like, if I was in the house and someone got $10,000 or whatever, I wouldn't sit there and be thinking that they have a power. Like, I would just be like, whatever. Like, they just won money.
Right. So we'll see how it works out. Good for Zach. What is going on in the chat right now? Hey, Amanda, welcome. Colton said in BB1, Julie read the votes for the final 3 inside the house. So could be the first time since BB1 that we've seen Julie just hop inside the house.
But then someone was gonna BB1. She was reading
it's
the
still
votes,
the
so someone
winner.
was about to win. Yeah.
So. True. So maybe not. Chris, yeah, Roxy's busy tonight, unfortunately. Still figuring out those AirPods. We've been trying.
Yeah.
we'll just keep saying that.
She's a saboteur. We had to vote her out.
Yeah. The mastermind. Is trying to keep her from this podcast. I want to get your thoughts on the mastermind, y'all, because I'm not gonna let this die, because this thing's crazy. Hold on.
It was definitely.
This won't be the last time you hear from me.
It looks like the like devil emoji thing to me.
It's very. I think this tweet that I pulled up literally says, "I can't believe Julie let this happen on a Christian show." But I mean, it's true. This is horrifying, and everyone's taking to it exactly how they should, which is the ridiculousness that it deserves.
What does the key do? The keyhole.
We'll find out later in the season. That's down the
I'm
line.
sure
That's phase 2, BB27.
Well, I don't know. I was gonna say I'm sure that will be back, but at this point, I wouldn't be shocked if they never mention it ever again. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's
like
a new Ainsley.
It's new Ainsley. They're gonna kill it live in front of everyone. Violently.
That would be crazy.
No, they'll explode it with another like stock footage missile that takes us to commercial break.
That's crazy. Oh my lord.
What if he brings back Janky? Janky is alive.
Janky is alive in canon. We brought him back. We revived him with the seance at the end of last season.
What
so
if
there.
that is Janky?
Nick. Nick. What if it's Janky? What if it's Janky? That would be crazy, would it not?
It would be fucking crazy. Can you
I
imagine,
think we need
like,
to
they
run with
unmask
this.
it and they're like,
That'd be so
it's Janky week, and then they like get go.
That would be some Grodner. Some Grodner shit.
All jokes aside, like that would be so funny if it was.
That would.
Like it would be. I would sign off on that so hard. But also, like, do you think it's actually going to be someone that's like we know, like another former house guest or something? Like at the end of the season, it's like if like no. I guess they're not going to do that. That would be a little weird.
They'd be like, it's Kristen. Kristen.
That could work. A little bit of a deep cut for some people probably, but it definitely worked. I didn't banish Roxy from the podcast. Can we please move away from this plot point? Roxy has a busy life. Okay.
She's
also, hey Roxy, welcome to the chat. Hey Roxy. But so we have the mastermind, we have our secret accomplice, we have our HOH in Vince. Should we talk about Vince now a little bit?
How
yes.
how Adrian got his freaking shot taken away from him by 2 other people.
Yeah,
that was freaking hilarious.
Yeah. Let me recap Vince's journey to being in the HOH. And so we have that second competition, which Jimmy wins, finds the relic. He gets to compete in the HOH competition, which he gets to choose 3 other people for. So we have a whole point in the premiere where he talks to everyone. Do you want to be in the HOH? How do you feel about competing? He's getting a lot of people that are like, no, I don't really want to compete at all. Let me see my notes from this. So okay. He talks to Vince at one point, and Vince immediately is just like, people don't want to compete? I'll compete. What do you mean? So he ends up finding Vince, and oh my God, I accidentally just clicked on our YouTube link and I was hearing my voice and it really threw me off. Sorry about that. So we have Vince, we have Jimmy, and then we also have Ashley, and oh my God, who was the 4th person? I thought I could rely on myself for this.
Adrian,
thank you. Oh yeah, duh. You just brought up Adrian. We have Vince as the winner. It's the balance competition, but Vince narrowly won this. We're literally falling. It was edited to look like right as the timer was going off. Definitely was falling not too long after the timer went off, or after it hit 0, I should say. But we have Vince as the HOH. And tonight's episode was our first look at Vince as the HOH with an HOH room. And with an HOH room comes the HOH shower. And with the shower, apparently comes Showergate. So maybe we should combine this to talk about Vince and Showergate for the rest of, or not for the rest of this podcast, but for this portion of the podcast, because it was the main plot point of tonight's episode. So to recap briefly, tonight we saw Ashley go and take a shower in Vince's HOH room. She stayed there for what Houseguests are saying was what, an hour and a half, 2 hours?
2 hours.
Yeah.
A day, according to Nick.
And this is all the first night still in the house. And so crazy first night where everyone decided downstairs to start talking about how long Ashley was in this damn shower. To the point where now Ashley has the easiest first target painted on anyone in a house where you're looking for anything to put someone on the block. And this is where Big Brother gets really complicated, is when you have 16 people who seemingly get along and then look for every little thing to paint you as a target to the HOH. And unfortunately, it ends up being the most petty things because everyone is just grasping at straws at that point, which we're seeing in full force in tonight's episode. It just happened quicker than I feel like it normally does. At least the first night, I feel like people get through and they're, genuinely we're happy to be here. But that, I guess after they voted on one of them for being the secret accomplice, they're like, that's all gone. We're ready for the petty stuff. So let's talk about Showergate. Ashley is on the block at the end of this episode. Amy's on the block pretty much for defending Ashley about this. So let me get your thoughts. Ashley, the Showergate, the Houseguest, Vince, what are our initial thoughts about this and what it says about the games that everyone is playing right now? Nick, go first.
Okay, so I think when you're in the house, like you said, when you're in the house, like you said, they look for a reason to paint anyone as a target, right? And you don't want you to be that person. So these people are already in there playing the game, is what this tells me. And obviously we don't really know the full picture of what's going on. Do we know if she was in the shower for 2 hours? No. But do we know she was in there for a long time? Probably, if the whole damn house is talking about you being in the shower for a long time. And then second of all, I do kind of agree with Catherine that it is a little selfish to take a long ass shower when you know you got the HOH sitting there waiting to shower. Yeah. And then she comes out the room and they're like, or Catherine's like, is Vince, or did he shower? Was he ready for bed or whatever? And she's like, no, he's just sitting there listening to music. And it's
the passive aggressive comments from everyone during that were so funny. They were all just no. Yeah. But you know what this gives? This is giving the house doesn't like each other already. And I am kind of here for that. As long as everything is okay. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But to me, I think if the entire house is talking about you taking a long ass shower, maybe you shouldn't take a long ass shower in a house full of 16 people. Like, to me, that is selfish. I don't know. Have you lived in a house with a bunch of people?
Not really. I've definitely stayed in places with a bunch of people, and I don't
Right,
want to
and
take long
think
showers, but I
about-
don't ever take long
Exactly.
showers, to be
And
fair.
think about how, like, selfish that is sometimes. If you know other people are trying to shower and you're staying in the shower
Okay, so
for 2 hours, if it was 2 hours.
okay.
2 hours is crazy if it was really 2 hours. Can we agree on that?
If it was 2 hours, yes, that is crazy. I don't know if I would have spent all night being like, you know, what I want to talk about right now is Ashley showering. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like
What
it's a
else is there
stretch.
what else is there to talk about, though?
I was
There's
probably-
nothing-
You being on Big Brother?
See,
I
that's-
mean, that's sort
But
of a
half
big
those
deal.
people don't even know what that is. Like, you know what I mean? They don't even know where they are yet. Like, they don't know who Rachel is.
They're
Will
obviously
has
in Los
no
Angeles.
idea who Rachel is. There's no way, shape, or form I'm being convinced.
Yeah,
that
and
Will is a
obviously
fan of
Catherine
Rachel.
has nothing
So-
spectacular going on in her life. She has to think about someone else's shower routine and talk about it with I don't care about Ashley's shower habits. That's the last thing I care about.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care about her shower. I don't care. Okay, Catherine, we get it. You do not care about her. Yes, you do, girl. You do. It's coming out of your mouth. I'm sure that's all she talks about. You know who this reminds me of? Whose name was always on girls' lips and had other girls pressed, who also was an ex-pageant girl?
Paloma.
Exactly. Paloma didn't know
Girl,
her
let's
damn
relax.
place. Catherine doesn't know her damn place. Keep Ashley's name out your fucking mouth.
Girl,
Okay, so I've seen two sides being taken on Showergate.
I hard disagree with everything Zach is saying. I'm just saying. And then also, can I just say, this is part of Showergate too, I guess. But when it comes to Ashley and her ringing that damn fucking doorbell when I'm in there trying to have a conversation with the HOH, ooh, I would be so annoyed. Don't even. That was rude as hell. And then for her to be like, well, I'm tired and I want to talk to you now. He's in there already having a damn conversation with someone else.
Yeah.
Selfish.
That's the part I really want to see how it all played out, because that was the maybe she did take a long shower. Okay, that's one thing. Also, I totally agree, Zach Jameson. I've seen y'all talk about Catherine. It was so funny to see her downstairs be like, well, did Vince take a shower before you? And then cut to a diary room of her being like, I honestly don't care if Ashley took a shower. It's like, yeah, stop. Yes, it was like when they accidentally edited Ashley into saying, I don't want to win this HOH and I want to win this HOH on the premiere episode, but forgot to take one of them out. So it looked exactly like that, but it's like Catherine did it on purpose that time. So like, I don't believe when you tell me that you don't care about this. All of you care about this. Even Vince, who claims he didn't care about it. And I also, to talk more about Vince, and I don't appreciate how he called anybody. Well, I don't appreciate how he talked to Zay and been like, you understand why I'm putting you up at the end of the episode. I don't understand why he kept telling Ashley, I don't get why you're paranoid, even though Ashley's hearing from everybody downstairs that she is being talked about the shower thing. So yeah, maybe she's going to want to talk to Vince. So that's the part I want to see just on the feeds live, how it played out, especially when it comes to how annoyed Vince felt at Ashley for just wanting to seemingly talk to him, because I don't think that's a good enough reason. And then on top of that, he ended up putting up Amy, who was just trying to defend Ashley to the point of tears, about that maybe we shouldn't be this petty. And so, like, I get it's a tough decision, Vince, to do all this. I just don't think he handled it that well as
that well. He didn't handle it well at all.
I didn't think he did a good job, and and here's the thing. I don't necessarily disagree with all of his nomination choices with who was coming up and saying names to him. Like, I get it's easy to put up a person who everyone is bringing up, even if you feel like they didn't really do anything that wrong for your own preservation in this game, because then people will start asking questions. But when you have, I feel like there's just a better way to communicate that to the people that you are putting up, especially when your only reason for putting up two of them was, well, if they're both going to be mad at me anyway, which isn't always bad. But in week one of the game, when you're talking about two people being mad at you, it may not be that good, especially when one person already told you that they were willing to go up on the block, no questions asked, which...
God.
I don't know. There's a lot going on. And I'm not saying Vince had the perfect choice here. He did not. I think he could have handled this difficult choice with a little bit more grace to make me feel better about him in this game.
Yes, I do agree with what you're saying. I think Shy Boy, what he says about Amy had the right intentions, but I think she campaigned wrong. It gave that they were too close early on. Because, girl, why are you
you're right there,
crying
Emma.
in my HOH room after 4 days, if that?
Also,
Because
Vince
someone
just
else
being
is
like,
going on the block. I know it. Well, it kind of was awkward. Like it kind of was. Like
yeah,
I don't know.
it may have
But
caught him off guard.
I think it did. But also the whole I feel like if anything, Amy could have been a good renom, if anything, option for him. But Kelly literally said, "You could put me on the block," and he didn't. Why? You want to talk
Well,
about easy?
Yeah.
Like, hello.
It was easy. It was the easiest. It was a person who was like, I want to work with you. Please put me on the block. What more could you ask for as the first
Yeah.
HOH? But and I understand it from the point of like, he really likes Kelly to the point where he doesn't even want to risk her going on the block, because we could be sitting here saying like, oh, ha, your number one ally went home week 1 because you put her on the block. Like, that, what a dumb decision. So like, it's like, I can't argue with him there either, but I don't know. Free nom's a free nom.
Also,
Exactly.
I just wanted to say their little conversation that they had, it's giving they definitely saw each other during casting. Because,
A theory.
well,
Who?
Kelly and Vince. That, because that convo looked like it had another layer to it. That, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that we're both here, and I'm really vibing with you well. And it's just nice to see this and everything. That's what she's. That's what they said. So, and I'm just like,
It's funny. It's funny you say that, because like when he was like, and then it like cut to a DR and he was like, Kelly is one of my, and then I was like, is he about to say like best friend?
Yeah.
right now? And then it was like, it kind of really like caught me off guard for a second, because I know that scene they're talking about. It was very weird. That thought didn't cross my mind, but like maybe.
because
Yeah.
like Andy and Andy and Helen, they didn't say anything about it in the house, but they both saw each other at the casting. They're both from Chicago. They both saw each other during the casting process, and they were like, and so it's giving
That's
that.
funny.
But yes, he should have. If anyone, especially with the first week, it's like, I'll be a pawn. Go for it. They gave you that free pass. They gave you it by all means. And not only that, it's also bad. If you're making an agreement with someone, mind you, if there's a pact to, okay, since us four are competing in the HOH competition, we're not going to put each other up. And Ashley was the one that wasn't the one proposed that, I don't believe. But if you're going to agree to that, and that's like one of the main like words that you kept, especially week 1, try to keep it. Not just for Ashley's sake. I'm just talking about what other people are going to see.
Yeah, and I haven't even brought that up, was this deal that the 4 people that were playing in the HOH room made. So not only is Vince, I didn't even add that to the tally of Vince's things that he probably did wrong, was he broke a deal by nominating Ashley as well, in all of this, which, I mean, When everyone's saying a name, I get it's tough, but
No, that's like the hard part, right? Because it's the first week, and I feel like as the first HOH, you always don't want to like rock the boat at all, because then you're going out the next week. And so if literally everyone is telling you to put up Ashley, it's kind of like I gotta put you up, like
right.
that sucks.
Yeah, but it's versus I feel like versus keeping your word versus what
But then what does he do? If the whole house is telling him to put somebody up and then he doesn't
Then
put
put
her
up Amy and
Why?
Kelly.
Why? Because Amy's
Yeah.
close to Ashley, who he's not putting on the block.
I don't know
That
if he had a
doesn't make
reason
sense.
to at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Amy
doesn't make
instead,
sense.
and then he didn't promise anything to Amy.
Yeah. I think he
But
could
he
have.
only wanted Amy up because she was close to Ashley.
And if he can't put Ashley up, then just put Amy up
But why not just put Ashley on the block?
because
Yeah, he
he
did-
made a pact with her.
Before she showered for 2 hours and then...
But he already gave his word. He didn't give his word to Amy. She didn't say, "Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna put you up, Ashley, or your girl."
I don't know. I think
It's-
putting up Ashley was 100% the correct thing to do.
No, because not only
You're just
that, like,
blinded by your standness for her.
I may be standing her, but I'm also thinking.
If you're thinking logically, it's you put Ashley on the block. If 15
thinking
people in the house
logically,
are telling
if-
you to put her on the block.
Not only that, 15 people are only gunning for her because of supposedly she took a long shower, which, may I mind you, Vince was okay with. He was okay with before people got in his ear and told him, "I wouldn't be okay with that." Are you, yeah, Catherine. Are you sure? Someone using my shower, I just wouldn't stand for that. Not that I care that she took a shower, but
Catherine doesn't
someone taking 5 hours in my bathroom, my HOH bathroom, couldn't be me. But I don't care. Regardless. So anyway, what about that girl that took that 10-hour shower? That's crazy. Not that I care though.
She's looking for a reason for him to put somebody else on the block. She's playing Big Brother, Zach.
She is playing Big Brother, but she could have just not done anything and been furniture and just
And then you would be on here calling her boring like you were in the preseason cast assessment.
she's still boring.
Exactly.
She's just boring with a mouth.
Exactly. Clocked.
She may as well be the stool.
Oh, we're really having a throwback tonight. Okay. It's been a while since brought up that. Okay. Obviously, we're not going to come to a consensus in the first 2 episodes on our thoughts on Ashley, Vince, Catherine, or Amy, it seems. What it comes down to is I hope that Ashley and Amy make it through this week, in my mind, based on what I've seen from them so far. Obviously, we liked Ashley in her cast interviews. She was a lot of our favorites. I think she was in all of our top 3s, it seemed.
She was in mine.
Yeah. And so was Amy, I feel like.
Was she?
Yeah. I mean, I had Mickey as my my first draft pick if we did a draft. And Mickey's fine right now. So
Yeah, who did y'all do we want to say who we picked for this week for the draft?
Yeah, I could say I could say that real quick. It was we're doing bracketology. I know I picked Vince, so I did okay there. I think Nick, you also picked Vince.
Y'all
because that's
y'all
my
conspired?
showmance.
No.
I just picked my showmans.
We mentioned it after. I picked Catherine, Keanu, Kelly, Mickey, and Vince. And so far, everyone's doing all right. So, Nick, who did you pick?
I have Ava, who's safe, Catherine, Lauren, Morgan, and Vince, who's HOH. So,
All right.
I did
Zach, who
pretty
did you
good.
pick?
I picked Amy, Ashley, Ava, Lauren, and Rachel.
If you had said Zay, I would have lost my mind.
Hackled.
Well, Rachel's gonna give me all the points for all of her
Yeah.
confessionals, so I
Yeah,
feel
there
like
you
that
go.
That was a good choice.
Yeah, the confessional updates are going to be pretty boring this year because I think I know who's going to lead in that every single week. But it's always exciting to see who gets no airtime, or I guess it's exciting not to see.
Oh, we should also talk about Ava using her witchcraft
Oh, on Zay or when?
on Zach.
On Zach, to get the pick. Yeah, Zach's like, I just don't know why. I don't even know. I don't know why I picked Ava. It's just I saw her, even though I mentioned her none up until now. And how much I was actually in love with Lauren. But
Talking about Rachel's extra power or whatever.
yeah, I'll talk about that because that is important, at least to this week in the nominations, which we've already gone over. So a little bit of reverse order here. With Rachel's safety for the week, of course, she was also a have not. Is the stipulation, and she had to choose one person to give safety, and then we'll have a chain reaction choosing from there. So she chooses Will. So podcast Will is through the first week of Big Brother 27. We can all rejoice. Podcasters unite. Am I right, guys?
Sure.
What is that?
I didn't like this pick from Rachel though. Like,
It didn't. It
know.
definitely didn't pan out in terms of like if she truly did it because she thought like he was her fan. Because later on we see
Dan's
Will,
my favorite player.
Yeah, Rachel's like, who are your favorite players? And he's like, Dan, Dr. Will, and we're just like, I'm not even your favorite player. Rule 1 of Rachel Riley. But
Come on, Will.
and so yeah, she chooses Will. Interesting choice. Will chooses Zach. Predictable choice. Sports
Savannah
on sports
Banana.
choosing Savannah. But did he play for the Savannah Bananas? Is that
He's got a call from the Savannah Bananas.
Oh, that was right. That's what he said when they came back
Yeah.
from break one time. Okay. And then Zach chooses Ava. Wild choice.
But
I loved that pick.
he was he literally is like, I'm looking at Lauren. We just connecting, and I want her to be safe. And she really wants to be in that have-not room. And then I look at Ava. She has such a sad puppy dog face, and I just know what I have to do. I choose Ava.
It was funny how they edited that because Ava did not have a look on her face when
I
they
know.
first showed her.
She
I was
literally-
like, what are you talking about?
She literally raises her hand as she's looking at her or something, and she's just like,
That was funny. That was good.
But all 4 of them are
Aura's
safe.
giving blue. Our auras are pretty in sync.
Yeah, the colors that Ava said, Zay was like light blue, and that makes him more of a smooth talker. I think is the only thing we've gotten so far of Ava trying to diagnose a color on everybody. Well, I expect to get more of that as the season goes on, and in fact, I hope to. But so all 4 of those people are safe, which made Vince's choice just a little bit harder, of course. But it is worth
with
mentioning.
a nom now or whatever that thing was called from Celebrity Big Brother 3.
Nom now, is that what it was?
Rom nom or whatever. It was upside down. It was a hat.
What? This happened?
Are you
The
talking
safety
about
chain?
The safety chain? I don't remember what it was called, but
I only remember like BBOTT safety chain, the first thing that they did.
that was iconic. But no, it was like a hat, and they had to do like it was a safety chain for HOH, right?
It was like a twist because they were like, you get this hat and it's safety
Yeah,
for the
and I
week.
remember like it was like in the living room, like it was like very weird looking.
And then they were like, and I forgot who it was. Someone pointed it out and was like, oh my gosh, why does that hat look so weird? And then they were like, wait, flip it upside down.
I hate it when I get suspicious seeing a hat. I don't like it sometimes.
Let me see. Julie told the house guests about it was a gala gift.
The gala gift. Okay.
And then the order, it doesn't say what the before nominate the HOA should select Mon Juan hats. And
The
Oh.
Mon hat, yes.
When you say it like that, I suddenly remember. And
Me
I watched
too.
very little of that season, so Thank you for picking a portion that I did actually see.
Yeah.
Okay. What, do we want to cover anything more? There's the have not room, which was like filled with these body cutouts, the body murder
I
cutouts
mean-
for everybody as beds.
I would
Top
literally
5, like, or top 3 have not rooms, honestly.
like it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It fits the theme, you know. I kind of like that it's that oddly shaped. I liked Ava just like face planting into one, just laying down with no movement at all at one point. Oh yeah, she's like, it reminds me of my boyfriend. I think is what her line was.
Yeah. Hearts, whatever she said.
Yeah.
Heart. And then you have Zach just over here, just like.
But yes, we all 4 of those players are safe. So Zach gets week 1 safety and also is safe for another week if he finds himself in trouble before jury, which is such an immense power. I mean, if you even just want to compare it to Mackenzie's power last year, definitely served her well. And also gave us great entertainment in the process. So good for Zach. First couple, at least what we saw, the first couple of days for Zach were pretty good compared to how I think we felt how he might fare going into this as kind of like the Matt archetype, which made people online seemingly be like, Grodner somehow did this.
Hey, and not only that, Grodner's gonna really love him after asking relationship advice from the love guru Rachel.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up because that worried me.
Your
a
favorite
lot.
segment.
Yeah, my favorite segment. Weirdly, yeah. We get this beautiful recap of Brinchel's time in the house and Rachel talking about, we got the clip of Brendan being like, I'm your knight, it's a knight's job to
Oh
protect
my
you, whatever that
God,
moment
yes.
was, which was such I have not seen that in a while.
Yeah.
So, and of course, Zach's just like, you found your love in the house? You found the love of your life in the house?
Yeah.
And so now
That's
we'll
my-
just...
No one gets between me and my man.
Right. And so now we're just waiting for, like, Zach to find his version of Rachel.
He's like, this gives me hope. And then
Yeah.
he stares out and sees Lauren, and he's like,
Which is like, is that not Matt? Is that not just Matt? Again,
It is.
like Matt last year was fishing in his little intro video being like, Big Brother's got more successful relationships than The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. This is how you fish, by the way. And it's that's the statistic. And so he goes in and tries to find love, which he did. But like not in the moment. Not until,
Right, like weirdly not in the
Yeah.
house.
So
Like,
I guess we'll actually see the version. This will be the timeline where like Matt stays in the house. But again, I like Zach more than Matt. It just, the archetype is the same for me right now because the feeds haven't started yet and I haven't
Yeah.
seen how any of these
He's also-
people act.
oh, and he's also safe, so he's not going to be milking this for over a year, being like, imagine women calling you crazy eyes, and this is your life now, or something like that. And I can't stand that man.
Well, at least I didn't really keep up with that side of it. So I wasn't
BB
going
Twitter.
to for him.
Or at BBX.
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 All right. Nick, I know you don't have a crazy amount of time left, but I do. Is there anything, Nick, that you want to talk about right now? We have a lot of things that we still had not gone over, whether it's, you can even talk about house guest intros. We can talk about the twist more. We can talk about any player if you're choosing, really. Or
This kills me because Zach is gonna be like, oh my god. But like I really liked Lauren this episode, and like I really liked Lauren before this episode. But her being like the accomplice has to be a woman because Rachel is a girl had me like, hello, like what's not clicking? Why is no one using our brains here? Like obviously they brought in Rachel so that way like if the accomplice gets figured out, they still have even like genders. So I don't know. I really appreciated Lauren a lot this episode, and I think Lauren, and I said this, I'm pretty sure I said this in the preseason thing, and people were like, no, but Lauren reminds me of Haley from 20, and I hope that Zach doesn't ruin her. Is my
Yeah.
Also, I didn't say no.
Perez
I
or
agreed-
Cornell.
I
Yeah.
agreed with you.
I know you, yeah, and not you. I feel like the chat or Barrett or somebody was saying like no, because I remember saying like comparing her to Haley, and then people were like no. I don't know who. Obviously, people are as who I'm referring to, but I felt like it again after I watched the episode today. I was like no, like she reminds me of Haley. Like she's pretty, and like people just think that she's like this like hot girl that's gonna get in a showman's, but she's actually like clocking stuff.
No, that's why I think I'm really glad they put that line from her in this episode, because I think they maybe the producers or editors can see that that is kind of who she is. So I really like that she pointed that out too. I know Big Bro Junkie was in the chat saying that he posted about that.
Yes.
But I like Lauren a lot, and I really like that she is very in tune with her super fan level, and has the robe, has the is knowledgeable about the game, but then goes in with this, I think, typical archetype in Big Brother that doesn't do very well in this game, or like historically in Big Brother you overlook consistently, and I think that is Haley Brocker, like you're talking about. And I don't even think
Leah.
Haley, even Leah, yeah. And then Haley, did Haley even have the knowledge that Lauren has really about Big Brother going into it? Because I don't feel like she was a huge super fan going into it. So Lauren may even have a leg up in that regard.
Yeah, I don't remember Haley being a super fan. I remember Haley being like a fan, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly. But Lauren
Yeah,
definitely seems like a fan. So
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's. And
Yes.
I mean, I like her. She's obviously I like her.
exactly.
I think that she's gonna be one of the people that's gonna like really fuck with Rachel heavily. Like, she's gonna want to work with
Yeah.
her, and this is just my thing too. Is like, if you take a look, like, I don't understand why people would want to take. I say people. Jimmy wants to take out Rachel right now because like. In my head, if I was in the house, yeah. Well, not only that, Paul, Jesse, who else was there? Another person that came was the only person, or was it just those two?
I think so.
Suri doesn't count because she's.
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe it's
Paul.
just them.
Yeah, Paul and Jesse looking at stats are the only people who have been the one returning player. Paul made it to the final two and did not win. Jesse was the first juror, I believe, or second juror, one of the two,
Yeah, something like that.
and didn't win. So statistically, Dan was a rich coach, but he didn't win either. Newbies with player, and if we're taking a look at Rachel's track record, and especially with her other shows,
Yeah, she was just a
she's-
returning player who won. Yeah.
I'm just saying her gameplay. She is a very loyal player. She's like, loyalty is what she's about. I mean, look at Brenchel. They're literally married and have kids.
Yeah.
And my thing is with her, if you're looking at the statistics like this, I would rather keep her in the house, because if you're with her and she knows you're with her, that's way more better and way more of an asset to have. Plus, she's able to win competitions versus these people that you don't even know, that you literally just met.
Right. And I really like, I mean, my favorite version of Rachel is when she's played Big Brother by herself, which we've gotten to see.
Yes.
And so like, I am really excited to see that, even with the trash that I talk all the time about returning players. And I would just like, I don't know. I want people to go after Rachel. As long as we, like, the last version of this that we had was Paul, where everybody was just going to carry him. And so the fact that we already have Jimmy on this first episode being, and already Jimmy was getting the Reagan comparisons, which I was like, I will wait on that.
Yeah.
But like, I love that we already have this kind of like this inner rivalry between Rachel and Jimmy.
Wait, that's so funny.
That Rachel
Oh
has
my
like
God.
no idea even exists yet. I'm hoping that she knows by the time the feeds come back on. But
No, I'm not happy. I'm not
Love
clapping.
this.
But I do want to talk about this because this is a really important part. Not to take away talking about Rachel because they're going to be intertwined at this point. But Jimmy coming in and immediately taking this stance of like, we're getting Rachel out immediately. Like, we're not even thinking, like, he's playing the Cody Nixon card, which is a weird comparison for Jimmy, but it is what happened in BB19. And it didn't work well for Cody. And I don't think it's going to work well for Jimmy necessarily so far, because I don't think Jimmy, from what I've seen in the diary room, how he talks to people, he's very aggressive in his gameplay. And I don't think Jimmy is as built for the marathon from what I've seen so far. So I'm a little worried for Jimmy, but I do want to see this rivalry blossom a little bit more. But I want to go to what Big Bro Junkie said. I hope Morgan wanting to align with Rachel changes Jimmy's mind, but I fear with this triple threat trio, which we haven't talked about triple threat too much. Terrible name in the year 2025, though. Very unoriginal.
Also, the One Alliance.
Yeah,
One Alliance that
One alliance
CBS
that may
showed
not
us.
exist by the time the feeds come on anyway. Jimmy is calling the shots and will sway Morgan / Mickey to get Rachel out plan. I don't know. I'm glad Morgan was at least first like, I kind of like Rachel.
Morgan's
As a gamer, I like Rachel.
well, and Morgan too. I feel like she's gonna be thinking long term, like you were saying, like Jimmy wants to get her out now, get it out of the way. I feel like he's gonna get Heisem vibes and HOH-itis if he gets it, and it's just like I have to get her out. This is the only way, and it's his way or the highway. If he's been put in that position, that is what I'm getting right now. And Morgan seems like a type of player that she's not gonna fuck with that. Like, she seems chill. She's a gamer girl, guys. She is a gamer girl.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
she's down with the get down.
Right. I think it's kind of difficult because, like, if you go, like, if you are a newbie in the game, right, and you do have Rachel Riley coming into the game, how do you not want to get her out if you want to win the game? Like, it just doesn't, like, it's very hard because I feel like with returning players, when it's a single one, if you let them slide by for too long, then they pick up traction, and the next thing you know, Rachel's won 5 HOHs and 3 vetoes, and she's still in the damn house. And it's like, it's hard because, like, what do you do?
It's not like,
Like,
a target
just,
ahead of
like-
you though.
I mean, to an extent.
And then
Then you're
like,
playing Get Rachel Out all season.
Right.
yeah, but if you're with her though, and if you get her out, or if someone else gets her out, if you were working with her, she's gonna vote for you.
That's true. I guess my question is, like, how far do you let Rachel go as a new player?
It depends on how much you trust Rachel, I would imagine, originally, or what you know. Yeah, I feel like you have to know enough about Rachel, but also, like, I don't know. Rachel's a person I feel like if you're with her, you're with her. Like, she's not just gonna turn on a dime for you, like, against you, unless it made like the most sense later in the game. So, or at least from what I can remember, maybe I need to rewatch some Rachel seasons. But I think she was busy doing. It felt like Rachel had to fight for her life at any point in the game. So
Yeah.
But don't let her see you throwing a competition though, because she will go into the bushes.
right. Oh my god, I can't believe it's the same person.
I know, it's so funny.
But yeah, I want to see Rachel enact this plan where there's like a faction that is against her, and she has to come up with ways to stay in the game because of that. And she can't rely on competition wins like maybe she could in BB12 and BB13. Then I want to see how much her social game has changed over the course of the years. And so her starting off by having that conversation with Amy, already having an idea of like we need to get all these people in their 20s to turn against each other instead of looking at us. And I think that's a great leg to kind of stand on. And it reminds me a little bit of Suri and Felicia in 25, kind of just being like, we have this, me and you are good. I think we just need to let everyone else boil it. We need to lay as low as possible, make everyone think that we're pretty useless. And that's hard when it was hard when you were Suri Fields. It's probably even harder when you're Rachel Riley in the game that you actually did play before and won, as opposed to Suri being like, it's Big Brother. I don't know Big Brother. What's going on? Meanwhile, you're like making all the decisions. So I kind of want to see her play that game, but it's hard to be like, I don't want to see. It's hard to be like, I want to see Rachel not get into a fight again. Like, I want to see that too. Like, I don't know.
Exactly.
It's like you want to see Rachel Riley be Rachel Riley, and I'm sure she will.
Yeah.
It's just I don't want her to do it and get evicted because of the. It's a whole balance. I'm again cautiously optimistic about all this.
Well, Rachel, so I was watching the other podcast. We won't speak its name, but
Say its name.
I'm just kidding. I was watching our app, and apparently, what you said I could say its name.
I'm laughing. That's all.
Oh, I thought you were laughing at me saying it.
No.
So apparently, Rob did a podcast with Rachel, just interviewing her and stuff, and then in the podcast she said, "Who knows? You may be seeing me on a show again sooner than you think."
Yes.
And
we just didn't look into that.
No, this was back in like winter that she
Who's to know
knew
if
this.
She even knew. I don't know.
She and
I
Rob
feel like that's-
even Rob asked, "Oh, so you're going to be on a show?" And she's like, "Yes, it's been confirmed. You'll see me sooner than you think."
Maybe if you're just so confident about it, nobody will ever think. I guess she was just like, nobody's gonna think. I mean, Big Brother after I've been on. These
I think
other
it's
shows.
it is kind of funny too, because she was definitely like posting that she was like going on vacation and this, and I'm like, bitch, like, how did no one clock this? Like, at all.
Jameson said that particular comment was referring to worst cooks at the time. So
Well, she said, "I'm going to be on a show that you've seen me on before."
oh, was it her second time on Worst Cooks?
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. It probably wasn't. She probably
Anyway,
I really don't think I don't know. I feel like CBS does not plan that far ahead, in my opinion, but.
I don't know, because not only that, Rachel not having access to her ex for over a year.
to her what? What are you talking about?
Her Twitter.
Oh, I was like, I
know, it
was
was
doing
like her ex,
gymnastics in my
like,
mind. Right?
Yeah, her ex. Her.
I was like, who's her ex? Like,
Why did she need access to her ex? What does that
Yeah.
mean?
Her ex, Annie.
The saboteur. The S stands for sheriff.
I trust Big Bro Junkie, who says that Brendan said that they contacted Rachel only a couple months ago, and that he was referring to Worst Cooks in America.
I also trust Big Bro Junkie for the record.
It was still-
I would like to go on record.
hey,
Big Bro Junkie.
I
Oh,
trust
tech.
them more than I trust
I'm not
Zach Braff.
disagreeing, but he said a couple months ago. A couple
Right, and
is
you
like
said
3
winter.
months.
She filmed
Yeah,
Worst
you said
Cooks
winter.
like that. It was over. Either way, Nick, I don't want to keep you too long. We need to talk about our party and then send you on the way. So everybody, as you know, we weren't podcasting. This is our intermission, by the way, or kind of to talk about not tonight's episodes exactly. But me and Nick went to the BB27 premiere party in New York City. I did a weird day trip to New York to see Nick. So we were in the same room. But we went to the BB27 premiere party with, many Big Brother fans, former house guests. It was a great time. It was something I had not gotten to see before in my years of being in this fandom. Nick has been to this party every year it's happened since Ozza started throwing it. So it was kind of like my introduction to all of it. So yeah, I have some pictures along with this, but yeah, Nick, how was the party?
It was great. We talked to a lot of people, even just like so I feel like my favorite part about it is just being in the atmosphere, and like Rachel Riley comes on the screen and it's like everyone's screaming like it's like someone just scored the game-winning
It
touchdown.
was.
It's like so incredible to like witness in person that like I just like love that aspect of it. And then obviously, meeting the people that I weirdly watched live their life on a live feed
Yeah.
camera is also very trippy and weird too every year.
It
But
is. Yeah.
it's also weirdly, I don't know, like comforting in a way, because it's like, oh, like you're just a real person who was on a live stream.
So I
Or a
have to
TV show.
ask, who was the? I don't want to say the best person to meet because I feel like I would hope all of them are okay. But
Spoiler alert, yes, they all were.
who were you
Yeah.
most? Who were both of you most excited that you met?
Oh, I mean, honestly, anybody that I have watched on this show.
I said
before,
one
it's
person.
One person. Oh gosh, I can't pick one. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna choose one.
Fine, two.
Well, I knew a lot of people were gonna be there from 26. I think the person I was most excited to see was probably aside from 26 was Izzy. Who was pretty certain was gonna be there. Which
I
Izzy,
love
so
Izzy.
nice.
Is he from Total Drama Island?
Yes, yeah. What did you think I meant? But obviously, everyone from 26, and then everyone else was kind of like I couldn't guess who was going to be there, so everyone was going to be a nice surprise, and so it was wild being able to see all those people in in real life, in like my POV, just like oh my god. So it was really cool. Like Nick said, it was kind of like going to watch like a game for your favorite team or something. The atmosphere, especially when Rachel walked down the stairs, everyone flipped out and were cheering, and Houseguests and fans alike that were there. But I'll show some pictures. So here's us with Lisa from last year. I think are all these pictures? No, we have one from a former house guest. It didn't make sense to take pictures with everybody just because of where they were in the party, or if they were just passing
Yeah, it was,
by.
like,
So we
kinda
don't have
hard sometimes.
but we talked to many people that were there. Here's Lisa. We found Leah.
Queen.
There's all of us there. We found Tiffany up there. I could not judge the zoom on this camera. That's why I'm like
Oh
squatting.
my god, yeah. She
But-
kind of yelled at Barrett for being
Yeah,
racist because
yeah.
he was so tall and couldn't take the picture properly.
Yeah, I
Kinda
didn't.
funny.
I had to take the picture at first and completely flopped. And so Tiffany was pretty mad at me for that. We retook the picture. And then we found Chelsea eventually. Chelsea was very popular all night, of course.
Yeah.
Everyone so nice, so gracious, so happy to be there and willing to talk to so many people. I'm sure they were exhausted. Obviously didn't get to talk to everybody. We didn't get to let everyone know how much we enjoyed watching them, but it was a great time. I feel like I feel like I talked to like Turner the longest.
Oh my god,
and
Turner was so
he was
funny.
great.
Yeah.
We talked to T-Core. I'm just trying to think of people that were in the pictures
T-Core.
that we talked to.
Who
We
was
talked to
the-
Joseph from last year. Joseph
Oh my
was
gosh,
great.
Joseph, yes.
Who was
We
the
talked
most,
to
like,
Izzy. We talked to
who was the
Sharon
mo-
Tharp a little bit.
Who was the most
Did.
surprising person y'all saw there?
Oh, Eric Stein was there, and I didn't expect him to
Yes.
be. That was really cool. I
was
we
a little
didn't
shell-shocked
talk to
when I
him
saw
either,
him.
but
Yeah, he was doing his thing, but I was definitely shocked. I was definitely a little shocked to see Eric Stein there because he does go to them, but I was a little gooped. Yeah.
Goopocabliz.
Gookopolis. Yeah.
Please, I forgot about that.
Yeah, if we had to have one word to describe our time. And I had something else to say. I'm sure there are people that were, leaving out of the long list of people. We didn't get to talk. Tucker was popular. We didn't really get to talk to
Oh,
Tucker.
yeah, Tucker was really popular. Everyone was trying to talk to Tucker.
Of course. Shocker,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I didn't
but
get
yeah.
to see Mackenzie, and I wanted
Yeah.
to, but
Didn't get to see McKinsey. Sorry from a distance.
it's
Didn't get to talk
okay.
to him.
Yeah. I was like, wow, she's really tall.
No.
I really wanted her and Barrett to sit next to each other to see who was taller. But
Obviously her.
Yeah, clearly. But yeah, great time. Would gladly go again.
great time.
Yeah,
As
Nick.
always,
if you don't
Ozza
think I would
always
crash the party,
throws. No, you're always welcome to Barrett.
Thanks.
Ozza always throws killer parties. Shout out to Aza. If anyone is ever like thinking of going to any of her events, because I know she's doing like other ones this year where like in different cities and stuff like that, definitely go. She's very nice, and all of her events are always worth it in my opinion. Because it's always just cool to even just meet other Big Brother fans. Like I even always have friends that go to this event from like Twitter and stuff that I like don't see because they don't live here, and so it's just really cool to meet other people that have an obsession with watching people live in a house.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I know we already made that comparison, but like, I don't think it's that different from like just being a fan of a team, like a sports team. It's actually a little bit more normal than that. I think sometimes, with how people attach themselves to teams. So, yeah. But yeah, it was a great time. Gladly do it again. Apparently we got Roxy going next year too. So, that's great to know.
For Johnny Fairplay's watch parties.
Where are those?
In Boston.
Oh, cool. So we have options.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably gonna choose Oz's. All right, Nick. Is it that time for you?
I think it is.
Okay,
Unfortunately.
that's totally fair. I wish you could stay on, but I understand.
Yeah.
You have very good reasons to go. Well, Nick, thank you very much for being here on this podcast tonight. Have a great time at work in the morning. And just before you go,
Thanks. Yes.
is there anything on the feeds that you hope to find out in the next day, or anything you're excited to see, unless it's just the feeds itself?
Caitlyn flopping.
Caitlyn.
Oh wait, what's her name? Catherine flopping.
Girl, don't
Or-
even.
or-
you can't even get her name right.
Even better, like, since you won't be here, we won't see each other again until there's an eviction.
Right.
Who would keep that in mind too, with any of your thoughts you want to get out of the way now?
I am like weirdly hoping that Ashley won the veto. Not that that's the weird part, but like I don't want Amy to be the target. So I'm hoping that Kelly goes up in Ashley's place, and then they end up voting Zay out.
Ooh, okay.
And then Amy
That's-
wins BB Blockbuster.
Yeah, like Amy wins BB. I forgot that that's a thing too. Yeah, Amy wins BB Blockbuster, and they vote out Zay.
Vince
That's
would have a
my
tough time going
prediction.
into next week with Amy and Ashley both in this house. So
I don't want Zay to go until we find out if he's part of the Alphabet Mafia or not.
he could reveal it right before he gets evicted in his speech.
Big Bro Junkie, thank you. I'm gonna be glued to your page when I get home from work.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Nick, thank you again for being here. We'll see you on the next show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
Thursday?
Yeah. That's in my head. That's when we were doing it.
Yeah.
I know we haven't like not discussed that yet, but yeah. Bye, Nick. I don't. I wish I had like a noise or like a song for you. I never really planned ahead on this.
You can have the what's it called? The
It's so
cheer
awkward. I'm
the cheer
just-
sound effects.
I don't know where that is anymore, to be honest. So it's now we just wait for Nick to go. You have mere moments,
Bye.
Nick, to leave the house. He left. All right. We're without Nick now. Final two. Zach, let's continue the discussion. We are now an hour and 40 minutes away from feeds being on, unless I'm not getting that time right. It may not be midnight. I don't know why I'm assuming it is. Maybe it's like 2 a.m. or something ridiculous again, like they've done in the past, I know. But let me look through my notes now, because there's still many things that we have not talked about from the 3 hours worth of Big Brother that we have so far. We can talk about any of the premiere intros, anything that we learned that was new, considering our cast preview is no longer in the our reality verse.
Yeah. Sad day.
If there was anything, just looking through my notes right now, finding out that Kelly was a pilot was new to me. Did not know that
yeah. I
from
didn't know that
before the
either.
episode, and so I was like, okay, well that's a little bit more because we were worried about how Kelly was going to be going into this. With just because of her interview with Mike Bloom just seemed so vague, and like she didn't have a huge knowledge base of the show, and she seemed more wary about the competitions, and that was like her one big weakness, she said.
And also, I thought that she said that she was going to keep the fact that she's a big traveler a secret, if I'm not mistaken.
I see. I couldn't remember that. But she immediately came out with that. Yeah, in
she's
the
like,
champagne circle.
Yeah, I traveled to 42 countries and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, I guess we're not going with that plan.
Yeah, we're backing out. We're like, who had the I think it was Vince that was like, adapt. I'm gonna have play my game in many weeks. You know,
Yeah. What did he say?
Kelly plays her games in 24 hours, 24-hour blocks. She's like, rats in this hour block. I had my whole strategy. Let me go back on that this next one. But yeah, I was glad to learn a little bit more about Kelly in the process. Of course, I'm a little bit worried again after she full on offered herself to go on the block within like seemingly 5 seconds of talking to Vince, which was a little bit worried.
The Pooch strategy, or as Pooch said, the Dan Giesling strategy.
Yeah. It is a strategy. Dan Giesling also was on the block week 1, so I mean, can we really blame Kelly? Who's to say?
He didn't offer himself up though, so
He did not. Yeah, it was not. It was not his own accord.
it was not his choice.
We have. I liked how Ashley called herself the strategy assassin. Obviously, that may not have aged well already into the second episode. I think. Let's see. We have we haven't talked about Riley a lot in this.
Oh yeah, and the vote.
Yeah, let's talk more about that. We can cover other house guests later, but Riley was the person who got the most votes tonight to or who they thought was the secret accomplice. It was an 11-5 vote. The other 5 going to Zay. And Riley was like, I kind of liked what Riley did. Which is kind of like, yeah, I'm putting my hat right here because I'm not going anywhere. Which is like, it's dramatic as hell, but I was kind of for it. Just letting them know immediately, like, you're messing up by doing this. I guess I'm gonna let you do it because I have no choice. But like, which is like it's like very rarely do we just let someone can allow everyone else to vote for them, and really not feel offended by it, but not like you're ruining my chance at $750,000. In fact, it may have been a blessing for him because it's like, well, now I got a guilt card for everybody.
Yeah.
So that's good for Riley, I think, that they voted him out, to be honest. Or voted
Yeah.
him to be the secret accomplice.
They voted him out before him and Mickey can get their showmance going.
Yeah, we'll see. Or the
Because-
Horse Alliance, maybe.
Yeah, because
Or no,
what
because
do you call-
he rides bulls. She rides horses.
Yeah, what does she call him? The what's his name?
Eyebrows?
Cowboy. No,
Beast mode cowboy.
no. They compared Brad Pitt.
Vincenzo.
Did she call him Brad Pitt or Cowboy Brad Pitt or something?
Oh. Was it Cowboy Brad Pitt? Someone help Zach and me.
Was it? It was someone.
We'll get an
Yeah,
answer
Zach's not-
eventually.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you brought up Riley because yeah, we did. We did need to discuss him at least a little bit. And we're already seeing. We also get to see Riley's style change a little bit towards the end of the episode. He had like the backwards cap on and the sunglasses, and so we're like, oh my god, Riley's already adapting.
Yeah, it's not Riley, it's,
Western cowboy Brad Pitt says Navy. Thank you, Navy.
Okay, there we go. I was
Cool.
right.
But yeah, we got to see a little bit more of Riley than maybe I thought we would see of him in this first couple
yeah.
episodes. I still think the Frenchie comparisons are not crazy so far.
It was also nice to see about his brother too. I thought that was kind of sweet. His
Yeah.
brother's minor cerebral palsy. Is that what
Yeah,
he
he
said?
was.
Or-
Yeah, he said he was born with it. Yeah,
Yeah. And that was sweet.
yeah. It was nice to get a little bit more from these house guests than I felt like we were getting. Otherwise, of course, some of them got about as much as I figured we would get with Adrian, especially. We haven't talked about him any really.
Oh God.
with Adrian, it was like, you know, in the interviews, he was all, I'm the best player that's ever gonna play this game, even though I haven't played yet, and I built this wall competition in my backyard, and I still don't
Wall
really.
Comp Wednesdays.
Yeah, walk off Wednesdays, and I've lived and breathed Big Brother every day of my life for that last however long, and so it was like exhausting, and you could tell that. What?
Colton saying him being a mantis breeder, a praying mantis breeder.
Yeah, that was interesting. It got the eyes of Keanu though. It seems like weirdo, but I'm a weirdo.
And Keanu got the eyes of Mickey after he said Dungeon Master.
Dungeon. Oh my God! Thank you for bringing that up too. Yeah, Keanu's like, I'm a dungeon master. Mickey's like, oh really? And then he's like, Dungeons and Dragons. She's like, oh okay. Did not know that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Which was wonderful. But yeah, going back to Adrian real quick, you did bring up how he's already lost 2 competitions, competitions that he's probably practiced at this point, I imagine. And it was funny to see him get like the kind of like yapper edit in the premiere, where it was like him fading between things that he was talking about just constantly. So I'm really curious when the feeds come on, what kind of Adrian we're going to see, because I can't imagine he is truly like that all of the time. It seems like he is very much playing this up. And so I'm interested to see how his social game is going to be apart from the I'm going to win everything kind of mantra he has, or at least is pretending to have in the diary room. I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring out if he is serious about this, or if he knew that this was a good way to get the
This
attention.
is my plan all along.
Yeah, I can't imagine his plan is truly like, I'm gonna win everything, and he truly has the confidence of that, because I feel like it's just gonna blow up in his face. I imagine it's gonna blow up in his face. But yeah, so we'll see how feeds Adrian is and how he adapts now that he's not the first HOH and has won anything yet.
I'm just gonna imagine him being his whole storyline this season is he doesn't win a comp.
It would be amazing to have a streak. Sorry, Adrian, if you ever watch this in the future, but it would be funny if you
He gets to the wall. He gets to the wall comp, or not only does he gets to the wall comp and like he's the first one to drop or something, he accidentally slips.
The wall comp is going to be the biggest night of his life. Like,
or he gets some type of twist or disadvantage where you are not eligible to compete in this HOH competition.
yeah. I would even take like if he was the HOH the week before the wall comp and he doesn't get to compete. He's going to be mad.
Well, then that would mean he would won an HOH. So
True. He gets second in every comp. Yeah. Maybe Adrian will be on the list of like Houseguests that get second and then get evicted the same week, which has happened a lot of times to our favorite people. And create all these other timelines.
What's his face is about to make it voted out next week. So Vince. So
Yeah. Will Vince be the fourth HOH, the first HOH in a row to go home before jury after having however many seasons where it was like we switched that narrative of first HOH is bad to first HOH is good and helps you out.
Because Hayden won 13. Who was first? Was Rachel the first HOH? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, and then 14. I honestly, it was not. It was
Willie.
Not
it was
Ian.
Willie.
Willie was the first HOH, so he went out the second week.
Yeah, well, because he got what's it called? Kicked off.
I guess I didn't remember him lasting more than a week, but I guess that's.
And then 15, it was McCrae. 16 was Weird.
It was Caleb and Frankie, maybe?
Yeah, one of them, yeah. And then
I remember Caleb holding on to the one thing like forever and ever.
The log or whatever.
Yeah.
And lava or something.
Yeah.
Or
and then
not actual lava, obviously.
Yeah.
He's just singeing.
Exactly.
17. I hate Battle of the Block so much.
I know.
It's hard to think. Oh yeah, we have 2 HOHs, but only one of you is the real HOH.
Yeah, who was the final one? 18 was Nicole. Got you covered, Zach.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Colton gets it.
Oh, something I will say though, I sent you the video of I don't know if you want to play it. The they did the BB box.
Oh yeah, where did they post that exactly?
I saw it on Instagram.
Okay, I bet I can find it.
Let's see.
But yeah, they did all do their BB letterboxed little game where they picked their 4 favorite seasons. And I think someone even made a graphic of it, and I should have had this pulled up.
You're right. Caleb and Frankie, and Caleb remained the HOH.
Okay.
And then 17, it was
Yeah.
James remained the HOH, and Jason. Oh yeah, I remember that. And Jason was dethroned.
Okay. Cool.
And then 19 was Cody. Ugh. 20 was Tyler.
Tyler, yeah.
And then 21 was
21 was
Jackson.
Jackson.
No. Jackson won because Jackson won the camp counselor, but he was not eligible.
Oh,
for
that wasn't
HOH.
okay. So, but he still won the first competition.
I mean, yeah. But
I would like half count that one because he had to like put 4 people into like a twist. Oh, I did find it on Reddit. Cool. Let me share this real quick.
I think it was Christine or Chris. Yeah, no, wait, Christy or
Christy Maben first on 21. You're right. But yeah, 22 was Cody, 23 was Frenchie, and then everyone else never made it to jury. 24 was Daniel Durston, which is crazy. 25 was Riley, yeah. And then we had, of course, Angela last year broke that streak a little bit, but by miracle, I should say, by miracle, Angela did not go pre-jury. And then we have, of course, Vince this year. So here's the BB27 house guest favorite season. Thank you, Reddit, for this. We have, okay, how many season 19s do we have? Adrian has season 19. Ashley has season 19.
Amy.
Jimmy has season 19.
Amy does too.
Amy has season
Jimmy.
19. See, Navy brings up also a good question. Do you fellas believe that all of these house guests watched 4 full seasons of BB? No, I don't. Not even in the slightest. I mean, I'm sure they've seen clips from 4 seasons. But yeah, as you can see at the bottom, the most mentioned seasons were season 16, which is not unsurprising at all for any house guest in the past since season 16. Which that's not a good thing, I should say. I don't think it's a good thing that people always say 16 because that is the most common season we see like a recruit typically say. But then again, season 16 is not the worst thing ever. Season 26 has 9 mentions as well. Makes sense. I feel like typically they watch the most recent season, but also season 26 might near my BBboxed, and it may be recency bias, but I thoroughly enjoy that season so much. I hope everyone else does too. One mention of season 3 and season 11. Only one mention of season 11 is a bit horrid to me. And then let's see, 5 mentions of season 18. Yeah. Zach's happy. Only 4 mentions of season 6 has the same amount of mentions as season 19, and that is terrible. Season 10 having 3 mentions is the biggest sin of all time. I think Julie would agree. And I like 3 mentions for BB10. Does that surprise you, Zach?
Yeah, that's surprising me in general. I know it's from who was it from? Lauren? No, Lauren didn't even say it. What? It was Morgan. Who else? Morgan.
It was more. Oh, I still only see Morgan.
Where does it say it?
Jimmy, Morgan, Jimmy, and Ava.
Okay, yeah. I'm surprised Ava said it, but
yeah.
And it's surprising just the fact that it's on the same level as many mentions as season 25.
Yeah, and Jimmy mentioned season 10 and then season 16 and season 19. So
yeah, the fact that season 19 was mentioned this much is honestly bananas.
Yeah. So I wonder what happened there. I really wonder what happened there. We have some good BBboxed in the chat right now. Let me read those. Colton says 7, 10, 14, and 17. That's a good solid list right there. Original All Stars, that was really the first bit I saw. 10 would definitely be in my top 4. 14 would be nearing my top 4. That's pure nostalgia, definitely. 17 I haven't rewatched in forever. I need to. I do like that season though. Shy Boy says 6, 10, great. 26, perfect, and maybe 12 because it was my first season. Good choices, Shy Boy. I think that's like what I would think are the most popular seasons typically for people. Maybe 16 thrown in there just because I think it's like the most mainstream season for people. Precious says 2, 8, 12, 13. I like the 2 shout out. 2 I think deserves a little bit more love. And then Rachel Heavy at the end there. 8 was the first season I watched, so I definitely have a soft spot for that too.
Over Jen Johnson.
Yeah, specifically Jen. 2, 6, 7, and 14 for Navy. Great. Colton claims Raven is what's pulling the season 19 mentions.
That makes sense. I mean, there is a crow in there, or a raven in the Big Brother house, so her impact. Mine would probably have to be 18, 10, 24, and oh, that's tough.
Yeah. When you have 26 seasons to work with, it is definitely difficult to nail down.
Honestly,
Think fast. Audio format.
I know, but I'm just because the thing is, I feel like those 3 specifically are ones where, ones that I like to rewatch because they have very good endings. Well, for me, 18 is. I know for
Right.
you, it's like, you wanted Frank to win. I know.
Yeah. Sure.
And then I understand why people don't like 15. I mean, I can completely understand it, but the strategy alone in it is great. But I can't in good heart put it in my 4. So I'm going to go with 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
So name those 4 again.
18, or these are in no particular order. 18, 10, 24, and 4.
Lovely. I think
What were yours?
Mine would I think mine would be 8. First season I've watched has to be on there. 10, just good every single week. I don't think any season is good every single week besides 10. And then I'm tempted to say 14. I'm going to think about that in a second, but I'm going to go ahead and put 26 up there. I don't care if it's too recent. I think that just is such a weird season where you have all those veto ceremonies and then you have everything down to just Angela existing, Tucker being the biggest wild card I've seen in a very long time. And then you have just little things in between, like Otev lasting 1 round, everyone getting it wrong. It was just like everyone was doing everything wrong all of the time. Quinn as a character, Quinn constantly doing everything wrong while being the biggest super fan. Like that was a great arc for me, and he just having the worst time, but you still wanted to root for him and root against him. Like there were so many good characters to watch in that season, and it was good from jump. So I'm gonna put 26 in there, and then I'm gonna backtrack a little bit, and I'm not gonna include anything else from the 20s. I don't think anything else touches 26 to me. I think 20 is a good contender.
Not even 24.
24 is good. 24 is good. Good ending, especially. I think there's a lull that's too big in between in a section of 24 though. Same thing for 25, and then it has a bad ending.
Well, 25 is everything's lull after Corey in America.
Yeah. And then I really like what Shy Boy said. We also got to witness one of the best players in Chelsea too. I hate that I didn't bring up Chelsea in that, but yes, Chelsea was the best player of that season and should have won, and I'm glad she did. And then so I think last I'm going to throw in 14. I enjoy 14. That has some of the best moves in Big Brother history. So that's my 4. 8, 10, 8, 10, 14, 26.
8, 10, 14, 26.
Clip it off.
8, 10, 14, 26.
All right.
8, 10, 14, 26.
Yes, that's the lost numbers. Okay, let's go back to this season though. That was a good aside. I'm glad we did that. So more things that we have learned about these house guests. Let's see. We had a moment where Zach tells Lauren in the DR that she's stunning. I wanted to run away from my TV when that happened. It scared me a lot. Catherine, I thought it was interesting. Catherine added like a little bit in her story of like, I raised myself basically, which I was like, I want to learn more about that. I don't know what that means exactly. Because right before she's like, grew up with my mom, and I grew up with my dad, so I raised myself. And I was like, that's not
Maybe
what that
that's
means,
why
but I
she
don't know
hates
what that-
long showers.
Maybe
Because
so. Yeah.
she knows because she raised herself. She knows time management, and she's just like, I only take 2-minute showers. Anyone else that takes a shower longer than that is wasteful.
Maybe we're gonna get, we haven't. Yeah, we're judging Catherine before we get the backstory. So we'll see. I know. I feel like we talked about Catherine a lot today. I have no reason to dislike Catherine yet. Let me just get that out there.
I don't either, but it's just the fact. I don't care. I don't care that.
Yeah, tonight was just especially funny. I don't care. Like, no, I don't care what Catherine does, but also like tonight she did this thing. But yeah, let me reiterate again. Showergate was edited. I have reason to be suspicious about some things.
That's what I think. Like, if we think about it, like, imagine if we didn't have feeds for 24, and it could have been Pineapple Gate.
Yeah.
And, supposedly they were saying that Taylor threw a pineapple at Paloma or whatever it was. Or,
Yeah.
And then think about, we see this on the episode or something, and we're just like, why is Taylor still in there? She has to leave. She threw a pineapple at Paloma.
Yeah.
Palm oil has to go. Or not palm oil. Taylor has to go. And I'm just thinking about it versus now. Like, what if the shower wasn't that long? And events...
We don't know.
And what if Ashley truly did ask, hey, I take long showers. Is that okay? If not, I'll go downstairs. And then that could have been edited out completely.
Yeah. Yeah. Never once did Big Brother give us an attempt or give us a timer of any sorts, like as a graphic, which I feel like if they really wanted us to know how long she was there, they would have done it as like a little like comedic moment, but they didn't do any of that either. So I'm like, I don't know what to think about any of that. It seems on the outset, knowing nothing else, just a petty thing that was probably exaggerated just to paint a target on Ashley, which, I mean, even regardless of if she took a 2-hour shower, it is. Also, hello, Bobby. Welcome to our chat. Yes, we are so ready for live feeds. And speaking of, I saw someone else ask us to make a veto prediction since we'll know pretty soon. So I think that's what we should do next. Is there anybody that you are pulling for in this veto? Or do you want to make a wild guess as to someone getting randomly picked in playing, which would be the more boring option? Who out of who who's going to play in veto do you want to win?
Ashley, duh.
Yeah, I would also say either Amy or Ashley would be great.
I did call that Zay was going to be nominated. One of the 3 people that was nominated.
Yes, yeah. So we got that at least. Yeah, like I said earlier, I picked Zach to go home first. I think I did anyway. Which I should have known that meant he was going to have safety and have a power that's going to keep him here for forever. With my track record in guessing things for this show. But
yeah, he got the what's it called? the golden pass, so he can't be evicted till jury.
Yep. He's got $10,000 or safety, which are two great options for him. So, yeah, we'll see how that works out. I would say also Ashley definitely number one option to win veto. I mean, especially with how that episode ended, with her being like, "And Vinny, I'm gonna win that veto and put your ass on the block," or something along those lines, which I loved. I also mentioned the name Vincenzo. I loved that. So I can't remember who called him Vincenzo in this game or in this episode.
Someone called him Vincent. I know that.
Vincent. I heard Vincenzo at some point too.
I probably. I think someone else said Vincenzo too, but I could be wrong.
But yeah, I definitely want Ashley to win. If not Ashley, of course, I want Amy to win. Fairly easy choices. I just want Vince to have at least a replacement nominee. So even if Zay wins, that forces Vince to have to do something else, which
get some
would
blood
be
on his
funny.
hands. More
Yeah.
blood on his hands.
Yeah, if I felt better about how Vince handled these nominations, or if I felt, more solidified and be like, yeah, Ashley deserved to go on the block, then maybe I wouldn't be saying I want Ashley to win. But I want Ashley to win because of everything. And I know there's like an argument. It's complicated. I know there's a social part of this game, and there's a social game that you have to play, and maybe taking too long of a shower is part of that, and that's part of the strategy, and being able to paint a target on someone's back because of that is part of the strategy. I'm just not saying I respect that as a great strategy. But
Last year was the spelling bee comp for
yeah, where everyone didn't spell a word basically, and then
and Lisa was the only one. I think she spelled like B or something.
yeah, that was I only remember Joseph spelled spin, but the N, he had flipped it up. It was actually a Z. That
Oh
he had
yeah,
just turned. But the N is actually a Z. It happened to like everybody where they just almost spelled a word, because they had the thing where you could eliminate a letter from being used.
Yeah,
and it ruined everybody's, it seemed.
And then I wish I would have brought back. I remember Angela's the new rule, or because she won the HOH because it was the new rule comp or whatever, where each round's different. Like getting a group or two people that you have to get taken out or something like that. And I wish I would have, but
No, I haven't been told I strongly resemble the compelling leader, David Koresh. I don't need that. I don't need that. But thank you. Only thing Barrett can predict is a triple eviction. That Colton, deep cut. That's my best prediction I've ever had. And it was totally to the detriment of the game because it was the worst possible outcome.
oh yeah, because you said the most boring thing that'll happen is if David goes home and then was it Tyler or Dan?
It was David and Danny and
Yeah.
not Ian, Kevin. And so because it came down like, are we going to evict Nicole Franzel or are we going to evict David Alexander? And they chose David Alexander. Crazy.
Nicole's missed.
Nicole, yeah, whatever. Why are we getting so off track? We're talking about Big Brother 27. I'm going back.
Oh, just thinking about what the POV comp is. But I think Ashley has a good shot. Because who would be player like house guest choice for each one of them? Like,
Ashley's got to find someone. Maybe Zach would be good. I can't remember. Does everyone get to play in veto even if they have not? That's safe.
yeah, I think so.
Okay, so I could see Ashley choosing Zach. Good He's
I
already
was
won a
thinking
competition.
Ashley choosing Rachel, or Amy would choose Rachel.
I mean, it's not a bad option. But I think picking someone that already won a competition would be good for Ashley too, and someone maybe that she feels, because Zach's actually someone that came up to her.
Oh yeah, and told her, so then she would. Yeah.
But then again, this is like how many days? I guess the next day would have been the veto competition for them. So if their relationship truly was something at that point between Ashley and Zach had that rapport, then I would think she could choose him. And then Amy would choose Rachel, maybe, based on what we saw tonight. Also wanting to gain trust with her. I don't know. And then Zay, who would Zay choose? We didn't really get to see a lot of Zay with other people so far, so I don't really
feel
have
like
a.
choose like Keanu.
I was about to say Keanu's the only person I remember Zay really having like a moment with.
Or Keanu having a moment with Zay because he's like, yeah, this guy looks good. We're definitely gonna have a bromance.
Yeah. And then I hate that I can't remember this. The HOH doesn't pick in this scenario. They just do the 3 nominees. Or no, because they already have 4. So who are the 2 that chooses? Is it just the HOH that draws the 2? I really cannot remember.
Let me see.
So all of this may have been for naught because they may not even
yeah.
be able to do it anyway. But
let
it
me
was good to
see.
think about who is with who so far. Whom.
Where doesn't it say? Let me see. Voting history.
I'm looking at my notes from the premiere episode also. I liked Will's moment. I liked seeing a lot more of Will, I think, and I should say that. Because I felt like when we saw Will the first time, we were also really worried about how he was going to fit into this game. And he had a really aggressive strategy, it seemed like, very specifically like the people that he wanted to find and work with. And maybe we just didn't have time to see that in the first 2 episodes. But I'm excited to see, like, I was excited to see that we didn't have a moment where he was like flopping in the first 2 episodes, because I was worried he was going to come into aggressive. Then again, we could turn on the feeds and be like, oh no, what has Will done? But we got to see more of his family. He has 5 children, 9 grandchildren, and he got in the house and was like, these people have never left home before. And so he's very comfortable being, outside of home and in, crazy situations. So that was nice to hear, because I think I wondered in that moment, like, oh, okay, are they worried about like he's going to be Kenny, and I think that they were very specific maybe with that first instance where he's like, I am very uncomfortable being uncomfortable. And I want to like just another like little instance, like I want to be here. So I really like that. Same thing with like Zay, kind of talking about being born in the in the church, being raised in the church, but he doesn't have that belief system anymore. And you could tell that was very specific because another reaction we had was like, oh no, a young guy from Utah. We saw this a few years ago, and it didn't work out very well.
Twerker.
Yeah, the twerker, and it didn't work out. I'll say that. Well, maybe it did. I don't know. That's another story, I guess. He made it into the top 3 of America's favorites. So that's everyone else's votes that they lived with, I guess. But you can't say the situation went completely well for that season for him. And so of course that's where my mind went naturally, and I thought that was very specific that they did that as well. I'm not saying anybody can say one thing and then the feeds turn on and we see the opposite, but I thought that was interesting little tidbits that they threw into those first couple of episodes that I didn't necessarily expect, but expect the unexpected, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you think you could have remembered Julie's outfit?
No.
That's what I was thinking. When they were doing that competition, I was like, I don't think I would have ever thought about Julie's outfit past. Actually, I don't think I would have even registered Julie was in front of me if I was on this show. It would just be Hayes, and then suddenly I am in the house. Actually, I don't even know if then things would register. So I can only imagine like what Amy was going through, being like, okay, not only am I on this TV show, but I also have to go hit a timer. I have to hit a button that's in my pocket. I have to go turn I can't remember what she turned to unlock the door that Rachel ended up coming through.
Candlestick or something.
Yeah. Like that's already so nerve-wracking. And so to be like, I kind of have no choice but to also do these things. And to pull it off, I'm sure that felt great for her. Now she's on the block, of course, for not those reasons, which is just, tragic for her. But what else did I see? I remember. So I don't think we talked about like Julie's shoe being on the stage.
Oh yeah,
That was one of
that's,
like the preview images we got for the show.
yeah, and people are relating it to Rachel, like, oh my gosh, Rachel wore these almost same shoes whenever she was fighting Kristen.
Yeah, people were really going deep with it. After like people found out that the clues were actually kind of like, there was something to them. Especially as people were figuring out that it was Rachel, which seemed to be figured out long before the episode aired. The shoe thing was so funny that it ended up just being Julie's shoe, as she was stuck in the house, which I never would have expected from that premiere episode either. And her coming out and immediately turning into presenter mode. And
Yeah.
Zach, you have found me. Thank you.
And everyone being shocked, like, I didn't expect her to be in there.
I didn't expect her to be in there either. That was
I thought
so
it'd be just
strange.
like a chin bot doll or something.
Right. Yeah. I still am thinking about Nick saying that the mastermind could be janky. I think that's so funny.
Janky.
You think they're kind of leaving that to like figure out as the season goes along who they want it to be, and they'll just
They're just
throw
like,
someone on it.
like it's like at the end of oh yeah, or like at the whenever the winners revealed and everything. Who are you? Or like they do like a Scooby Doo thing, and Julie like wraps them up. It's time to find out who the mastermind really is, and then they take it off. It's like janky. I'm sorry, guys.
We end the season again with the janky theme.
Song.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry they like this show, guys.
We really do. It's Mike book use.
Oh my gosh.
I need to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we have too much else to go over.
Yeah, I'm trying to because by the time, is it going to be a unanimous vote?
That's what I'm worried about. I could see this house.
Being split?
Yeah, I couldn't. The thing is, we are 2 episodes into this game, haven't seen any live feeds, and I have on the record last year said before we did our cast reveal, like, I just want y'all to know I don't like this cast at all. Like, I said that, and so I don't think I can make any judgments ever on a cast. I mean, it's always going to feel so weird in the beginning. And so it's hard for me to know how this house is going to gel or not gel with each other, which I hope it's the latter. Because that's what was so beautiful about last year, is that there was enough wild cards in that game that it made everyone, immediately start playing in a different way than we were used to seeing, because there was someone so unpredictable like Angela and Tucker that were able to make everyone get out of their comfort zone and make everyone kind of butt heads all of the time. So if there are those kind of players in this season, I'm very excited. I don't think Vince is one of those as our first HOH, and I don't think Vince is going to compare to Angela in his HOH reign. Or at least I don't think he's going to rehearse a speech and then go, yell at Zay tomorrow in the middle of the staircase.
He's giving Daniel Durston vibes, honestly.
We'll see. I mean, he's not really, he's lacking in impersonations, I guess, unless he's truly, Cody in a wig and fake mustache, has been theorized by people that I don't even know if those people are real, to be honest.
And they said Paul was who they say Paul was.
I don't remember at all. It's an argument that it's not even worth it almost. But I don't think we'll have any of that. But is there anyone that we haven't talked about that you're I at least want to mention them? Because we talked about Adrian a little bit. We talked about Amy, Ashley, of course. We didn't talk a lot about Ava.
No, it was Vince. It was Vince as Paul.
Vince was Paul. Okay.
And then Cody was or yes, they said Vince was Paul, and then they said Cody was Vince, and then they also said that Riley looked like Brendan.
It's ridiculous. Okay. How do you feel about Keanu?
I mean, he's there.
Yeah, I feel bad. I mean, now that I've seen him in the house and I saw him interact with people, I feel better about him. I think he's gonna. Well, I felt good about him already, but now that I've seen him, like how he talks to people, he seems very chill to the point where I think he'll be okay. I think he'll find himself into some alliance or power structure, just because he seems very likable and he's also strong, or at least he will be assumed to be good at competitions by a group of people.
Yeah, and I also think that like I still see him being like a prankster, like James.
Okay, so you still think there's the chance?
I see him being like, I'm cool with I just hope he doesn't ruin blindsides or anything like that. Just being like, yeah, the votes you're gonna go home. I'm sorry, and ruin every single blindside.
Well, that's the beauty of the BB blockbuster, is that you create that little bit of such little time that people have to decide right then and there if they want to be uncomfortable about what they tell the person. So, which I think is great. I think people that are like contrarian about the block. Well, maybe I'm assuming too much. Maybe the majority, or like half and half, are kind of like, I'm a fan or I'm not a fan of this. But I've always been a fan of it. Like there was no reason for me to hate it last year. So until I do hate it, keep trying it, please. I don't think it's one of those cases where it's like, let's let the good thing just, go while it was good. No, please.
I mean, that's what they did with the All Stars cast. So.
Wait, what?
They didn't ask any good people that were available.
Oh, I mean, there were some good people in there. They just didn't have much of a chance, to be honest.
Have much of a chance, or didn't even want to take said chance.
Right.
I'm just having like PTSD of like all these people and their archetypes and stuff, and just thinking about if they get power or anything like that. Like Keanu, like, now that I have the power of HOH, I'm gonna take my rightful place as Dungeon Master, and I'm gonna roll the D20 and figure out which two house guests I'm gonna nominate, and play the role and storyline like I want to, or something like that.
Yeah, D20 is the new drawing Skittles or whatever from 16.
Yeah. And then like, let's see who else, like freaking see, I'm still trying to, like, Riley's like, oh, this is like a dang old rodeo. Like, I'm just gonna take this game by the hooves, and now I'm the big rodeo or bull rider in town. I'm the HOH. Or this here this here bull done bucked me a veto.
Yeah. Or my favorite thing is when they go into the backyard and then something reminds them of home, and they remind everyone that it reminds them of home.
Yeah.
It reminds me of back home. They could apply it to any city.
Oh,
probably.
I thought you were referring to whenever they go into the shower and they're like, when you look at me,
you see
can
home.
think of home. There you see home. I don't though.
What? Me and Daniel Icon Brown, I think, actually reenacted that on a podcast forever ago, if I'm remembering correctly. That we had like a few weeks where we were just reenacting things that happened in the house verbatim because we hated it so much that it was the only way to make it funny to us.
They didn't bring back the key wheel.
No key wheel. What? Thought for sure this was the year.
Especially with Rachel Riley back. Come on.
Yeah, it's all she knows. It's a disadvantage for her not to have the key wheel. Okay. I don't think we should talk about too much more because I think we've reached our end. But I do want to acknowledge Navy's question. Hey, our reality. I'm curious on your thoughts on news that The Amazing Race Season 38 will feature a cast of former Big Brother house guests, including multiple winners. Yeah. I want to pull up the announcement article for that or something so I can see the whole list. But yeah, so cool. I don't watch a lot of The Amazing Race.
You'll watch because of someone that's on there.
Yeah. Wait, what?
you'll watch for the people that are on there though.
Yeah, exactly. I say that as like I've not still watched Big Brother reindeer games, or the majority of.
Nicole Francel's second win.
Yeah, maybe that's why I avoided it. I don't know. But let me pull up this article and see all the people competing. I hope this lists them. Hello, ad. So that doesn't help me. 214. No. Okay, so we're not including. Okay, who's actually?
I mean, yeah, I was about to say go to Reddit. The actual list is there.
Yeah, but then I have to pull up my Reddit, and I don't really want to.
Okay.
Um.
Well, I know who. Like, I think. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember. I know for sure that Joseph and his brother are on there.
Yeah, I know like Izzy's gonna be on there, Hannah Chata, I believe Tiffany's gonna be on there. Or Kyle, I think Kylan's also
I think
gonna be.
Kylan and Tiffany.
It may,
Let me
yeah,
see.
they may be a team.
Was it Amazing Race 38? I'll look up the spoilers.
And then I'm also trying to actively find who the rest of this cast is. But yeah, I mean, it was also weird. It's weird to think that all of those people are going to be competing against each other in a completely different format than we're used to seeing them in, and also just the potential for like really good Big Brother players to flop in a different game, or for players who didn't get dealt a great hand to Big Brothers to be dealt a good hand at least in the Amazing Race. So Tucker and his twin, thank you. Rabina is going to be on there. Natalie, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Share?
Angela and her daughter, Kat Dunn, Taylor, Kylan, Izzy, Tucker, Rabina, Joseph. Okay, cool. Chelsea. Okay, thank you. I see you. All right, so we've got Jag and his brother. We have Kylan and Taylor Hale. We have Natalie Negrati, and I don't know who Stephanie is. What does it say in the side? Oh, sisters. Turner and Megan, of course. Kat and Alex. Enzo is going to be on there with his brother. Hannah with her sister. Angela from last season with her daughter. Okay, this is going to be a fun group, I think.
It's gonna be so cracked, but
yeah. Absolutely. So like Nate said, the Big Brother winners, we have Taylor, Chelsea,
Jag.
and Jag. Cool.
And then
I mean, anyone you're pulling for out of this group, just looking?
I don't want to, because I don't want to spoil, because I already know the winners, unfortunately.
Oh my God.
Or at least know who makes it to the final three. Okay, but regardless,
some Taylor and Kylan love here.
Yeah, Taylor. I'm rooting for Taylor and Kylan. What did it say they are? They're like friends. Dating. They're dating.
Oh, this is news to me.
I don't think they're dating anymore.
No way. Spoil it, please. No, Nate,
No.
we can't do that to the people. They don't want to know Amazing Race spoilers on this Big Brother podcast.
I already know who wins the challenge. I know. I've known this cast for. Most people should have known this cast for a while. But I'm rooting for Kylan and Taylor. I'm honestly rooting for Natalie and Stephanie, because I feel like Natalie's one of those people who should have been asked back, like for a returnee for Big Brother. I felt like she had great potential. I'm just ready for Turner. It's so bussin', bro. Like, and I'm ready for a lot of these people. Like, there's not one team that I mean, maybe Enzo and Jag and Jazz, but those are only. I think those are. Well, yeah, those are only two. Like, I'm just like, take it or leave it.
Yeah, not bad picks. I definitely would probably root for Izzy. I feel like people that you know, I'm not going to probably root for any of the winners of Big Brother. Sorry, they've won a game already. Of course, Angela on a show is great, regardless. I think it'd be cool if Enzo won. Of course, love Turner.
Enzo's not gonna win because I can't swim, bro. Or ayo, or I can't swim, yo.
The first challenge. It's cool to see Natalie on this cast too, though, and Kat, of course. I like that Chelsea's playing with her dad, though. But yeah, I'll go Izzy or maybe Izzy or Rubina. Rubina would be fun.
Yeah.
But
I don't
yeah,
know.
I agree.
Rubina.
Music Bites, Angela would also be a great winner of the Amazing Race. Would be crazy.
Second time. Well, let me see. There are two. If Taylor and Kylan win, that'd be the second time a duo Big Brother team won
True.
because of Claire and Derek.
Well, Jessica and Cody.
Oh, that'd be the third time then. Never mind. Kind of forget about them.
Yeah, they won immediately after BB19. Easy
the
to
fact
forget.
Yeah, it's easy to forget that they got casted
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
cast. Sorry, I know
If
how-
Roxy was here, she would have. Yeah, you would have known.
it is cast.
That's perfect, Roxy. Okay. That's going to be exciting. I don't remember when that starts, but I'm really ready for that as well. And I'll try to keep from looking at spoilers until the season starts. I don't know if I'll be successful in that, but Zach, anything else you want to talk about Big Brother 27 wise before we wrap things up? Get ready for the feeds to turn on, and you go home.
I made a TikTok about this. It seems like half the cast is lying about their occupation.
Right.
Cause
Yeah, I don't want people to know I'm strategic. I don't want people to know I'm. I don't want people to know I have a brain that functions.
But Zay literally came out. He said, "I'm not for sure if I want to tell people I'm a salesman." Seems like he's telling people that he's a salesman.
Yeah.
Who is it? The cast.
Ava.
Ava's gonna lie. Ashley's gonna lie. Jimmy's gonna lie.
It's probably
Mickey's gonna lie.
Kelly's lying about pilot things.
Oh yeah, Kelly's lying.
Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan.
Morgan's lying about the track thing, I think, and the gamer thing.
Yeah, Morgan. Who else? Or what's it called? Keanu said. Did he say outright that he was a professional trainer, or he was a?
I can't remember. I only remember the dungeon master part.
Yeah. Someone confirm.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly from tonight.
He said in an interview that he was gonna lie.
Yeah, and then Zach mentioned everything.
Yeah.
But that's still an absurd amount of people who don't have crazy jobs to lie about it.
So there
So
was more too. Like,
and I when Will stood up and told people he was a sports college podcaster, I was like, I know that's what you actually do, but it sounds fake.
oh
And
yeah.
he is lying about being in the army.
in
Yeah.
the military, so that counts.
Yeah, but it's still crazy. Like, even that is his real job now. Him standing up and doing that, I was like, that seems like something somebody would lie about. Like,
Yeah.
if someone stood up and was like, I am a college sports podcaster, I think everyone would go like, really? But that's actually, I mean, it is what he does currently. It's not what he used to do. If they want to do like a Donnie sock theory for him,
That's 8.
it's 8. Put your mic to your face.
That's 8. That's like basically almost half the cast. Rachel's gonna lie about what season she was on.
Yeah, that would be an interesting stat to put together. Is what's the season that has the most number of people lying about what they do for a job?
On the TikTok that I posted, so many people talked. I didn't bring this up. I did not say it first, but people were bringing up the fact that it's like who's that girl that lied about being a professional math person?
Oh, I wonder who that could be. Only the person we think of all the time.
And then people were like, oh my gosh, I forgot about her. And then
Yeah.
they're also talking about how Xavier lied about being a lawyer and said
Yeah.
he was a bartender, but he didn't know any drinks. And he also went to bed super early.
Yeah. That's one of those cases where like it was astounding how quickly people knew that Xavier was lying about what he was doing. Like I feel like it was Tiffany, of course it was. That was one of the
Yeah.
first people to say that about like what kind of lawyer goes to bed at 10 p.m. or something like that.
What kind of bartender goes to bed at 2 p.m.?
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Not
duh,
lawyer.
My bad. Yeah, what kind of lawyer goes to bed that early? Probably most
Yeah.
of them actually.
And then Bowie Jane lied about
Being
her
a
age.
Bannister, yeah. Oh,
is that
and,
what
yeah.
it's called?
She was a Bannister.
That's what a lawyer's called in Australia?
I think so. That's what she said because I remember her accent.
I'm actually a Bannister.
Yeah. And then I remember people clowned on Danielle from 14 for lying about being a nurse.
Oh yeah, she said she was a kindergarten teacher, and then she didn't know what to, or she couldn't figure out what they did or something.
Yeah, I see. Now you've lost me, but
And then
we should rank your favorite Big Brother houses, not cast. See, that's not something I'm good at. The houses like layout is not something I get too excited about every year. But
What?
yeah, which may make it more interesting because then I'll really like hyperfixate on something eventually.
We can do that. I'm down. I actually know what my top 4 would be.
What would they be?
I'm not gonna spoil it. If we're
Oh.
gonna talk about it. I mean, do you know? It'd be more interesting if you knew because you don't pay attention to the houses.
Oh.
Like, do you remember what BB-8's theme was?
BB-8's theme was cigarettes.
Yeah, that was it. Alice in Wonderland,
I did not know that was it.
because that was the season that had the Cheshire Cat for OTEV, right?
Sure. See, like, don't even quiz me on this stuff. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? I run a podcast about Big Brother or something?
Yeah. It's in 20 minutes away. What?
From Beats.
Oh yeah, we are.
I like the secret room in 6.
Oh, the Golden Room.
The gold, yeah, everything was gold. I really liked that. If you want me to say something about a house that I do remember.
Do you remember when the upstairs were added?
The upstairs was added in BB4,
No.
5,
No.
3,
No.
2,
No.
7, All Stars.
No.
I don't know.
You literally said it. It was added in 6.
Oh, it was in 6? Yeah.
Or no, it was 7. Was it 7?
Yeah, we should we'll end every podcast with let's expose Bear for his lack of Big Brother knowledge.
Okay, how about this? When did they get rid of the spiral staircase?
That's more recent. That was like 24.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's right.
That was great. We should probably end it there though. We've gone long enough. We've got feeds coming up. Let me pull up our favorite tune as we wrap up this thing. Zach, anything more that you want to add? Keep in mind, Islands in the Stream is about to play as you start saying this. Actually, no. Before Islands in the Stream, Zach, we have a crazy season coming up for us.
Yeah.
I would love to know what you're expecting for us, going forward, and what we as viewers have to look forward to going forward. So if you could set up just maybe Big Brother so far and what we have to look forward to in the future in as much detail or little detail as possible, that would be great. And I will give you some accompanying music as we get closer to the ending of this. And I'll let you really think about that.
Okay.
But all right.
we have a mysterious season coming. Oh my gosh, let me start over. Sorry. Let me start that over.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Yeah. La, 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 la. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Start over.
Okay.
That wasn't started over.
Hold on, I'll get this. I don't know how to start it over, Zach.
What do you mean you don't know how to start it over? How long is it?
I don't know. It goes for a while though.
Okay. Oh my gosh, this is throwing me off because it's not in the middle of it. We're back with a new season of Big Brother. Is it gonna restart?
It's about to restart. You want to get it on the upswing?
Yeah. I'll get on my upswing. Sorry.
Yeah. Y'all chill. We'll get this.
We're back from a long hiatus. It is the summertime officially, baby. Big Brother 26 is back in full swing. Will Amy be a flop like Annie was in BB12? Speaking of Big Brother 12, Rachel is back and better than ever. Without Brendan, find out if she's gonna make it all the way and be the first two-time Big Brother winner. The power of veto is up for grabs. Will Ashley redeem herself from her long shower? Or will Amy be able to stick around with Rachel and with the mom squad?
It's gonna come back.
I know it is. Or will Zay not be a flop this season and stick around? We'll find out. We'll be back Thursday right after the live eviction and the Big Brother blockbuster. We'll be back to recap all of this live with the feeds finally coming at you. It's me and Bear right now, but make sure to come back. This is the Big Brother podcast, our reality.
I think we've hit a new record for that one. At least it felt like it. I think if we go from start to finish, I think it was going to be at least about that. Thank you so much, Zach. I feel ever prepared for this season that is about to hit us. And I think we're ready to go into the night, to the live feeds with all of this knowledge that we've gained together over the past 2.5 hours. So everybody that's been here, thank you so much for being here this entire 2.5 hours. If you stuck out the marathon, if you skipped around afterwards, then that's fine too. Thank you for being here regardless. We will be live again, I imagine, on eviction night to cover the eviction, maybe in HOH. And of course, talk about everything that happens between now and the eviction episode. In the meantime, feel free to connect with us in whichever way you please if you want to continue talking Big Brother. We are out there. Zach is at the Zach Perez on seemingly every social media platform. I'm on Blue Sky as of this moment. We'll see if that lasts for Big Brother 27. That link's also in the description. If you want to join our Facebook group and talk Big Brother there, if you want to join our Discord and talk Big Brother there, or simply get in contact with any of us, you're more than welcome to do so. Everyone in chat, thank you once again for being here. It was so much fun to have you in our chat as well. And actually, I am going to take this time because I don't want to forget, and I realize that I am forgetting, and I'm actually going to stop the music because of this. I do want to mention one thing before we go, and it's unfortunately a sad note for everyone here, but if everyone is in the chat is still here, and I hate myself that I put this to the end of the podcast and told myself not to forget, and I could move it to the next one, but it is on my mind. We had a viewer that was here in the past couple years with us, named Jennifer Todd Flora, and she was here as Beard Freak would have been her username. She unfortunately passed away in the past year in between seasons, and I just wanted to let you all know that. Jennifer was a personal friend of Roxy's as well. and they were Facebook friends, and that's how she ended up getting connected with the podcast. But she was dealing with a lot of health problems, but she still watched us all through last year. And if you can remember her specifically giving us money to tell Zach to shut up all the time in our super chats, Jennifer was a great person to have in here every week. And she's going to be so missed. And I do want to read a little bit about what Roxy said about her around the time that she passed away, because I feel like it really encapsulates who she was as a person. She was an amazing artist and an incredibly gifted writer. I always told her she should be published. This is Roxy saying all this. She was active in theater until her health wouldn't allow it any longer. She was a champion for equality and very outspoken about it. She had a wicked sense of humor and loved to mess with people she liked, hence the reason she sent money telling Zach to shut up. In spite of all the hard things, she was still a friend to all and truly loved everyone. So I just wanted to let you all know that, and just as a reminder that everyone who joins us here this week, you all mean so much to us. And to be able to keep up with you personally, if we get that opportunity, means even more, because it's just us yapping if you're not here with us. And I know Roxy would definitely, and Nick especially, would hammer that note home. So I just wanted to say all of that to you, that she will not be here in case you don't see her, and why that would be the case. So yeah, it sucks. This is not the first time this has happened in the history of this podcast, and I really fucking hate it doing this, because y'all are such good friends, and you make me feel so validated in doing this for 9 years, and yeah, it just means a lot. And I'm gonna end the podcast on that note now. And sorry, it's depressing, but it definitely needed to be said. And Zach, if you had anything to say about Jennifer before we leave.
I mean, yeah, she messed with me, and I mean, I took it all in love. It's really sad that this happened, but I mean, with everyone in here, we just especially whenever I joined in and everything, like, I like the little community we built and everything. We made, like, for us in general, like, we always talk about, like, we're just thankful that anyone wants to listen to our commentary. Like, we would do this even if we didn't have viewers, and we appreciate all of you connecting with us and everything. This is also something to plug. Like, we have a Discord and Facebook group and all that. Just if you want to join, don't feel obligated to. Just, we like to, it's not just for us, just for numbers or anything like that. We genuinely want to connect with other people who enjoy the show, and just connect with each other in that aspect. I mean, that's really what we're here for. And I was glad to able to see Jen and those comments and everything, and just she will be missed. Like anyone in here, like like me and Barrett, I mean, I feel like everyone we notice whenever someone's like a regular person isn't commenting or anything like that. Like, and whenever y'all do appear, we're thankful for it, because I mean, you took time out of your day to just come and watch us and rant, and I may disagree with some opinions and everything, but what's life without a little disagreement? We're all here to have fun.
Yeah.
We're sometimes fun.
Sometimes,
So,
almost, yeah.
Yeah, we're almost fun. But she will be missed, and I was just glad to be a part of it and get to know her a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. She was wonderful to have. Even if she was in opposition to you all of the time. I know it was, and like Roxy said, it was because she really liked you. It was all in good fun, and yeah, I hate to do this, and but it sucks, and sorry to end it on this note, but Jennifer, you will be so missed from all these people, and it's just a reminder: find community where you can, and even if you think you're making a little impact, you're actually making a lot, is really what to take from that. So yeah, everyone have a great rest of your night. Have fun on the feeds, as we are literally butting up against the time that they're coming on. And appreciate you all. Colton, those links should be in the description already. If they're not, something went wrong, or they'll be there in a second, because I'll post them. So I'll get those. But yeah, have a great night, everybody. Have fun watching Big Brother 27. We will see you very, very soon.
Perception is reality. Our reality.
Thank you. I almost forgot that.